Okay, do you copy my sound now? What's up, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Danini, you got my link? Yeah, I apologize. I had it on mute, y'all. I had it on mute. I got two ladies that's supposed to be coming in with me tonight, so I just want to make sure my girls could get in here without any problems. All right, Danini, you got the link? Okay. Whenever you're ready to join me, I'm ready. I sent Makeup Niecy hers as well, so hopefully she's able to get back in without any problems. Hopefully. We shall see how this turns out. Because you know, us black women, we be late for everything except for our hair appointment and our nail appointments. those are two things that a woman will not be late for: her hair appointment and her nail appointment. And definitely free food. If it's free food and we know somebody else paying for it, those three things a woman would not be late for. Okay. All right, I don't know where makeup with this is. Let me see. Oh, now. Okay. Just bear with us, everybody. I'm just getting this stuff set up. I got two more ladies that's going to be joining me tonight, so just bear with me. I know we moving kind of slow or whatever. There goes one right there. What's up, Danini?
Huh?
What's up, Danini? How you doing?
Hi.
That's good. I threw Makeup with Niecy her link, so I don't know when she'll get to me, but hopefully soon. I guess if she have any problems, she'll hit me up. So I'm gonna go ahead on and start because I already got people coming in. I guess if she have any problems, she'll hit me up or whatever. But on that note, I want to thank everybody for stopping by to holler at your girl, Lady Mocha, here at Mocha's Cafe de Paris Lounge. As y'all can see, I got to switch it up a little bit. Usually when I do my Google Hangout, I do it with the guys. Let me make sure my sounds is I don't have nothing else on. So it's not like I'm hearing something in the background.
Oh, the music.
Yeah, is that you? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, I'm just making sure it ain't noise on my end. Let me see. Make sure I have this stuff damn thing on. Because these mics are so sensitive, they catch everything in the background. I don't care how low it is, the mic can pick it up. Okay, what's good, everybody? Want to thank y'all for stopping in and hang out and dine out with us here at Mocha's Cafe de Paris Lounge. As y'all can see, I am not alone tonight. I actually have one of my guests with me. She's actually a cool chick. We've done a couple of lives before with Wake the Hell Up. That is actually who I met her through. And I've went to a couple of her videos, and I like her style, I like her vibe, I like her intellectual, you know what I'm saying? So I reached out to her and asked her if she would be willing to do a show with me tonight, and she was like, oh, absolutely, so I definitely appreciate you for being here, Danini. Thank you for your support.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am. We actually, there's a couple of different topics that I wanted us to go over. I'm gonna check this email one more time. It's just gonna be some random topics, different discussions. So I guess hopefully Niecy gets here as soon as she can. But on that note, again, I want to thank you for stopping by to support me and hang out with me. I thought it was imperative that for once, I had another woman with me on my platform, because it's good to get opinions from other women, when it comes to certain subjects and certain topics and everything. And I think what I'm starting to notice is I'm getting a lot of guys that's coming to my channel, because it's a lot of men out there that want real answers from women that's going to keep it real, and not try to dress everything up. And, we have a lot of channels where there's always the women knocking the men or the men knocking the women. But basically on my channel, I try to give everybody a better insight as to what makes women vibe with men and what makes men vibe with women. So that way everybody could at least learn something, and we can all kind of learn about each other and learn to grow and mature in different levels. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically how I operate here at my channel. So we're just going to go into different, topics and everything. So this is the first question I wanted to ask you. Do you think, because I've ran across this subject a couple of times on Instagram and in Facebook, and I've always kind of wondered, what is your opinion as far as, do you think women can have sex with other men and not become attached? In other words, can women have sex with a man and not get attached and not catch any feelings? What is your opinion on that?
Nope, they cannot. Women are emotional beings. So when we start doing that with men, we get attached. We feel like it belongs to us at that point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I totally agree. I've seen this subject be discussed in one of the chat rooms, and it was a lot of women who was basically going in, and they took that comment offensive when I stated that women cannot have sex with men and not get emotionally attached. Very rarely does that happen. And I had women coming in saying, "Oh, so you think that in order for a woman to, in order for us to be sexually involved, we got to have feelings? Oh, you think we can't be like a man? A man can have sex with other women and they don't have feelings. So you think as women we can't get attached? A woman can't have sex with a man without getting attached?" And that's exactly what I told them. I said, I don't believe for a second. I don't care how many women start off in a platonic relationship with someone where they're just friends. Once that line has been crossed and she has become intimate with that man, the odds of her, not being territorial and not catching feelings, very rarely is that going to happen. It very rarely ever happens.
It have to be like one night stands for that to happen. You have to just met the person and only slept with them one time and not see them again. But if you get into that friends with benefits, then yeah, you're gonna develop feelings for that person.
Well, I totally agree. By the way, wake the hell up. What's up? How you doing, dude? As I told everybody earlier, wake the hell up is how I got to know Danini. Wake the hell up. He allowed us, to do a Google Hangout. Me, Danini, and a couple of the guys, Junk Pile and Freelance or whatever. So that's how I've gotten to learn about Danini, was through Wake the Hell Up. And so happened, Wake the Hell Up is here. What's up, Seven? Glad you decided to stop by and holler at us. What's good? Thank everybody for coming on in and stopping by and hollering at us. We appreciate it. What's up, Freelance? What's up, James Harvey? Good to see all of y'all. Yeah, that's why I thought it was imperative that I did this subject, because it's a lot of women out here who's fronting and acting like they can do what men can do. And that's far beyond the truth, because as you stated earlier, women, we are emotional human beings by nature. No matter how much we try to act like a man and try to present ourselves as men, we will never be men. That's just the bottom line. As you stated, there are different factors as to what will cause a woman to be attached. As you stated, a one night stand is one thing, meaning y'all met each other at the club. Okay, you already told your girlfriend, look, honey, girl, I'm going out tonight. I'm looking to get me some wood. You know what I'm saying? Me and Tony, we having some problems right now. You know what I mean? So the first dude, if he look good and I'm feeling him, I'm gonna let him get it tonight. But that's about it. I ain't trying to, get attached. I ain't trying to hook up or make nobody my man. I just want to get me some tonight, because let's admit it, Danini, every once in a while, a woman has her moments too. You know what I'm saying? Where she has an itch that needs to be scratched. You feel me? But like you said, it's only on a note to where if it's a one night stand. But The problem is when you have an ongoing sexual encounter. That's when it gets real. So what is your intake on that? A one night stand versus when you're constantly laying and laying up with this person. What's the difference between that?
I mean, a one night stand is just what it is. It's no attachments, no emotions, no nothing. You just going in there, do what you got to do, and leave. That means no phone numbers exchanged, no none of that. There's no
Mm-hmm.
need. There's no need to call them later, even if it's weeks down the line or months down the line. There's no need to call them. But
Mm-hmm.
if you start that, even if it's a week, a month, 2 months, 6 months down the line, if you continue to sleep with that person, you're going to become attached.
I totally agree with that. And that's what I would like the fellas to understand. That's in the chat room. Do not fall for the okie dokie. If a woman sits up there now it feels like it's one of those things like Danini said, if y'all just so happen to meet each other at the club that night, y'all hook up that night, meaning you don't exchange phone numbers, you don't agree to go out for lunch, you don't agree to go to IHOP after the club. It was just a wham bam, that's it. You go your separate ways, you won't have any problems. But the moment you exchange numbers with this broad, and even though in the beginning she may tell you, look, I'm not looking for a man. I'm just looking to have a good time. Because Danini, correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of women will start off saying that. They will start off saying, you know what? I'm not looking for nobody. I'm just chilling. I'm just trying to have a good time. But what happens is if she's in the presence of this guy too long, they're hanging out all the time, they having dinner, they going to the movies. When what men got to understand is you can't have a sexual encounter with a woman and on top of that you're dating her, meaning y'all are going out doing things like a couple, and then you have the audacity to tell her, oh, we just cool like that. Don't treat this broad like your woman if you know it's a wham bam thank you ma'am. Don't be taking her to no movies and holding her hand and you buying her flowers and you taking her out of town on trips, because in the back of her mind that's making her believe that the relation that the bond y'all have is going to go somewhere further. Do you agree with that, Danini? What's your intake on that?
Yep, I agree with that. But he don't have to go as far as buying her flowers or
Right.
taking her out or holding her hand. He just have to be that constant thing she get all the time. You gotta take her nowhere. You just go to her house. But that time that you do spend with her is gonna cause a problem.
Yeah, that timing is everything. That's what a lot of men don't understand, and that's how a lot of men get caught off guard because they thinking no matter how much they hang out with this woman, as long as they don't voice the word "I'm your man," he think he's safe. These men think they safe. That no matter how much they hang out and spend time with the woman, as long as she ain't claiming me and I ain't claiming her, we good. No, the more y'all keep having relations, the more you keep laying with her, and it's not a one-time thing, it's an all-the-time thing, she's slowly but surely getting attached. And on that note, Danini, what information can you provide to let these guys out here know when a woman is slowly but surely becoming a little too attached to them? What can you tell them to give them some hints on what to look for?
Um, for one, if she calls you or texts you more than usual, if she wants more time, if it's a thing where after you're done, you're just laying in the bed with her, you watching TV with her. Any of that is a sign.
Mm-hmm.
If she call and say, "I'm just checking on you," she don't want nothing. She don't want you to come over. She just checking on you. That's the biggest sign right there. That means she
Mm-hmm.
cares.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree with that. Another thing is too, you brought up something kind of interesting. You said earlier about if they go to her house, you know, and just do the darn thing and that's it. That's another thing that I want these guys to be cautious of. If you're just going to deal with a woman on the skin's tip, y'all don't need to go to each other's house. Brothers, stop being cheap. Pay for that Motel 6. Pay for that Holiday Inn. You don't need to be in each other's personal space. You feel me? I think that if a grown man or a grown woman, if y'all are just going to get with each other on the skin's tip, for one, you're not going to be to my house in my personal bed. You know what I mean? If I'm just with you on that level, I don't want you in my house. I don't want you on my sheets. I don't want the presence of you left. You know what I mean? Because if things don't work out or we fall out or whatever the case is, I don't want to be taunted by those memories of what we was doing in the bed. I don't want to remember how you had me in my bed and what we was doing in my bed. You know, I don't want those memories to come back in my mind. I don't want you to remember how I let you get it from the back, how I let you get it from the front, I don't want my bed remembering none of what me and you did. That's just my opinion. I'm not letting no dude come to my house. If it's just going to be a skin tip thing, you not coming to my house. You don't need to see how my kitchen look. You don't need to see how my sofa look. You don't need to know nothing about me. It's bad enough you done seen too much of me as it is. You don't need to know nothing else. You don't need to know what color my blanket is, if I got silk sheets, if I got cotton sheets. You do not need that, know that side of me. And another thing is, some of you men, some of these men out here kind of slow. Not all of y'all do it, but it's been cases which I don't understand for the life of me. Some men will take a woman to their crib, even if you're a bachelor, even if you're not married, even if you don't have a main chick. Don't bring no chick to your house if y'all just gonna do the darn thing. That's stupid. Because if you put the pipe on her and your pipe is really good, you got that platinum penis. You got that platinum grade A prime penis, and she knows where you stay at. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be looking for you in the daytime with a goddamn flashlight. I'm serious. You know, you put yourself in a stalker situation. What's your opinion about that, though? About us? When is that line? When is that line when we being too open? You know what I'm saying? It got to be some rules to these one night stands. What other rules or what other things should we keep in mind when we decide to get down and do the grown folks? You know what I mean?
I mean, first of all, you got to be honest. If it's a one night stand, be honest. That's the best thing you can do for all parties involved. Let them know, look, this is not going to be an ongoing thing. This is a one time thing. I don't care how good you think it is. I'll never do it again. If I see you on the street, I'm act like I don't know you.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. And you know what? And you brought up something interesting. You know what? I'm tongue tied. And then again, I could be the wine too. So forgive me if I stumble a little bit. But another thing about one night stands where we got to be careful. If you're in a town that's too small, where everybody know everybody go to the same goddamn church, everybody go to the same goddamn club, everybody shop at the same goddamn Walmart, everybody pump gas at the same goddamn gas station. When you in them small towns like that, or them small counties where everybody know everybody, you got to be very careful. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, if you're going to do a one night stand, I suggest y'all go to a hotel in a whole nother goddamn county, because you don't want to run into this broad in your church. This broad may go to your church. This broad may work on your old lady job. You know what I'm saying? The one thing about them small, I don't know about y'all, but I met my husband in a very small town where everybody knew everybody. I'm like, if I wanted to be a hoe in that town, I wouldn't be able to get away with it, because everybody knew everybody. Everybody who went to the same church, went to the same school, and vice versa. So that's another thing that people have to keep in mind when it comes to these one night stands. Be careful of where you live at, because certain towns are too small. You can't get away with, you know what I mean, doing things in certain towns. So that's what I felt like I needed to add. What else you felt feel is necessary for people, for these men to know about when it comes to these one night stand with us women out here?
I'm reading what James Harvey said. He said some people got bad understanding. Now, when it comes
Hmm.
to a woman, now if she tell you exactly what she looking for and what she want, and if you not willing to give her that, she'll move
Hmm.
on. It's not hard for a woman to find a one night stand. She'll move on and go somewhere else and try again with somebody else. You wouldn't even touch it.
Yeah, yeah. Let me tell you something. If your pipe sucks, you ain't got to worry about her calling you back no how. If your bedroom skills was not, if your bedroom skills was not even a master's degree, if you got a damn just a diploma in your bedroom skills, then you ain't gonna have to worry about her calling you back no how.
But you
So
gotta watch them now. These women today, they looking for other things. They're not just looking for that.
true,
They looking to
true.
see if you're gonna be able to pay their bills. Because then they just may call you back. That's why I say don't exchange numbers.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Yeah, that's very true about exchanging and not exchanging numbers. Another thing is, don't fall for the okey doke, because like I say, it's a lot of women who may come off and say, look, I'm not looking for nobody, because we all know that one chick who has done it, who will initially sit up there and make a man believe that she's not looking for a relationship, that she's just looking to have a good time. See, and sometimes initially that may be her true intent, that she just want to have a good time. But depending on how great the pipe is, her whole concept may change. I'm telling you, I've seen women who sit up there and do that. He's just a nice guy. I ain't trying to be with him like that. And then, next thing you notice, they done got down and did the darn thing, and it turned out better than what she expected. Now she catching feelings for this dude. I'm gonna look at some of these comments I have here, because I know a lot of people have been commenting like crazy. Freelance says the one night stands become an addiction to these women, where they keep chasing them weekend after weekend. Hence the party girl. Do you agree with that, Danini?
Yeah. But sometimes men could be in denial too. They saying that they don't want, a girlfriend, but yet they keep going back to that one that
Yeah.
they know could satisfy them. It's just the ploy. That's them not being honest.
Uh, yeah. Yep. I agree with that. The problem is when people come into a situation with an agenda, instead of everybody being real from up front, you know what I mean? Saying, I'm not looking for those strings attached. I'm just looking to have a good time. I'm just looking for somebody to kick it with. You know what I mean? And what happens is, like, that's why I stated earlier, you have to be careful with how much time you spend with these women, because actions speak louder than words. You can sit up there and tell me you're not interested in me all day, or you just looking to have a good time with me. But if you to my house every night, if you hit me off every night, you calling me every night, you know what I'm saying? You spending all this time with me, I'm up here believing sooner or later it's gonna be more than what it is. No matter
Mm-hmm.
how much you tell me we just friends, we just chilling, we just not if you're coming to my house every night, you know what I mean? That timing is everything. So you got to be careful how much time you put into things, and another thing is, and you do have some people that will sit up there and lie. The last thing you want to do is lie. Don't sit up there and lie to the men out there. Do not lie to get the cookie. Okay, you don't want to. You don't want to get like what in that movie called A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. You don't want to end up getting one of them broads like that, because I'm telling you, that's what happens when you sit up there and you tell a girl. And I've seen some brothers do it. I've seen some brothers tell these rhinoceros looking women, these wolverines, they was up there and lie and tell these broads, oh man, you sexy as hell. Damn, man, where your man at, shorty? damn shorty, you looking good. Man, I sure would like to hit that and blah. Sitting up here boosting up these bras' egos. You know what I'm saying? And I know when the lights turn out, when the lights get turned out, it don't care. You men out there probably don't care how nobody look once the lights get turned out, but you'll regret it in the morning when that Hennessy and that weed don't roll off. And you thought you was going to you thought you was going to bed with a Beyonce, and you don't woke up to a Bukisha. Yeah,
Look,
that. Yeah,
Reg the
what's
bad
good?
guy said he always got that one. That's his favorite. No, that favorite gonna become your
See,
girlfriend.
that favorite gonna become your that favorite gonna become your goddamn probation officer. Gonna want to know where you at, what you doing, why you ain't called me. You said you was gonna come here late last night. You ain't came last night. I thought you said we was gonna go somewhere this weekend. See, that's how men y'all get caught up in the matrix of the vagina. Talking
Yes.
about my favorite, that favorite is gonna be your stalker. And let me tell you something: women who got that good come with mental illnesses. That's how a lot of y'all get caught up with these old psychotic broads. You know what I'm saying? Because you going by how good she is and all the tricks, she make you feel like Geronimo in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? She's screaming and panting, got you believing and making you feel like you the world weight champion of the world, and you around here thinking you doing something when really it's just to boost your ego. That way she could slowly but surely work her paws into you, because some women have been known to fake the funk in the bedroom just to make that man really feel like he doing something when really it's just bait. So while you around here thinking, I really laid it on this chick, man. I got her screaming. I had her throwing one leg up. I had this chick reaching for stuff that wasn't even up there. While you swearing you doing something, it's all a game. It's all about stroking your ego, making you think you pleasing me, making you think you doing something. And meanwhile, I'm laughing at you. I'm talking about how weak you was and how you was snoring like a damn lawnmower. You know, after you bust one or two, I'm going to calling my girlfriends. Girl, you see this dude? He swore he was doing something. Girl, he was steady pumping and pumping and pumping. I felt like a rabbit was pumping on me. He wasn't even doing nothing. You know how girlfriends be putting each other on about how weak a brother skills is in the bedroom. So just because you got a favorite, it don't mean you her favorite. Am I wrong, Danini?
No, you're not. But I can tell you the way they're gonna get them.
Yeah, school these brothers out here, because they need to know. They need to know they getting pimped by the matrix of the vagina. Tell them, Danini.
She's gonna start using it against him. So it's gonna be a night where she not gonna tell him anything, but he's gonna go over thinking he's gonna get some. And the first thing out her mouth gonna be one of her bills is due. And she is just so stressed she can't even get in the mood and all that. And you gonna pay that bill and then she gonna give it up.
Yeah, ain't it? Ain't it? You absolutely right. It's nothing but bait. It's nothing but bait. Let me tell you something. If a woman letting you lay her all the time, you best believe she keep a score. She's
Yes.
calculating it. She's calculating it in the back of her mind. She's remembering. She got it marked down on her calendar. Oh, I gave him some on the 3rd of the month. I gave him some on the 6th of the month. I went back and gave him some on the 10th of the month. She's keeping score of all of that stuff because, like you said, sooner or later, here come the problems. Here she go. Oh, I'm glad you came by tonight, but I'm just kind of really going through. I mean, you notice all the bills will be on the side of the nightstand where the bedroom is, right? She gonna put she gonna put her light bill, her cable bill, her children child care bill. All the bills is gonna be on the side of the nightstand. After
Yes.
she gonna have all the bills, she gonna have the stage already set up. She's already gonna have her story. Yeah, you know, Ricky, my baby daddy, you know, my child support ain't came this month, and this and that. You know, I really want to give you some, but the problem is, you know, my light's about to get turned off, and you know, I don't, I don't, I want to be able to see that I can take a bath and wash it real good for you before you come over here, and I can't do that if I got my lights turned off. You know, she gonna come with all type of sympathy stories. You know, it's nothing but strategy. You know, when it comes to these one night stands, so these men got to be careful. Just because a woman is letting you hit over and over and over, you think you getting away with murder? Cause like, wow, okay, I could come over and get it anytime I want. It's an old saying. Anything that is too good to be true usually is.
Yes, ma'am. And that's the problem with them favorites. Reg the bad guy. That's the
Yeah.
problem right there with them favorites. Because if that was just something that you was just doing the past time, she would say that and you will walk your ass right on out the door. Baby, I ain't got it. And you will leave and don't care what she give you.
No, or you better play it off before you go over there. Before you go over there and get ready to break off with a slice with a piece of that king size Snicker bar. You better sit up there and start engaging the conversation and see where her head is at. So how everything going? So how's it going? How's everything going? You doing all right? That's all you got to do. Because one thing about a thirsty broad, Danini, the moment you ask a thirsty broad, are you doing all right? She feels like you got any concern, she gonna throw all her cards on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is say, well, you know what? You know, is everything all right, shorty? You good? All you got to ask her. Watch, she spill all her problems out. Oh, I'm glad you asked because my light bill $600. I ain't got no groceries, you know, to feed my kids. I ain't got no gas in my car. I need to fill in. I need to get my nails done. You know, all this and that. If you want to know what you're dealing with, just ask her that simple question. Just play it off. Ask like you concerned. Ask her how she doing. You doing? You and your kids straight? If she going for the kill and already start letting you know 30 of her goddamn bills that's due, then you already know you don't need to go over there no time soon. You don't need to go over there till next month. Because by then, all the bills should have been paid by the time you go back over there. You know what I'm saying?
You go in the middle of the month. You don't go in the beginning of the month. Don't go in the beginning. Don't go at the end. Go in the middle.
Oh yeah, exactly. That TANF check and them EPT, all that stuff be gone by then. She be needing some help then. She be needing some help with them bills, with the light bills, with the cable bill, and all that other stuff. You've got to be careful, fellas. Don't get caught up in the matrix of the vagina. Because, like I said, everybody don't understand what the purpose of a one-night stand is. That's all it's supposed to be. But what has happened is all the rules have been broken. That's when freelance says that's where you tell her that she better get a second job. Freelance, you are her second job.
Okay? Really?
And you hit it, you the second goddamn job. You own the job, literally. When you own her, when she own you, you is the damn job. That's exactly.
There's a way to find out before you go to a house. You may have to spend a little bit of money, but you will know not to go to our house and leave her alone. You take her to dinner.
Yeah, I mean, true.
See what she orders. If she ordered the most expensive thing on the menu, that's somebody that's gonna use your ass for every dime you have. Okay?
You ain't lying. That's the God's honest truth. All that is she setting up the stage. She slowly but surely she get ready to bait you. You know, yes. and that's how you find out. See, what happens is, but see what you know how a lot of these brothers are messing themselves up, Danini, because it's too many brothers that try to get too much of something for nothing. And if you at least gave a little bit, it'll give you a strong indication as to what kind of broad you get. For example, if you with a female and she letting you hit it all the time, and you not giving her nothing in return, that you're not really seeing what kind of female you're dealing with. And by the time you find out how crazy she is, it's too late. But if you at least date her just a little bit before you get the skins, before you get the draws, take her out. Stop being so stingy. Take out a couple of times so you know what kind of broad you're still dealing with. Some of these brothers, they mess up because they try to get something for nothing. You know, and you've been screwing up for 6 months straight. Ain't take the chick to get no Popeyes. You ain't take her to no buffet. You know, you ain't. I mean, you know she gonna have 8 or 9 kids when she get there. Buy a damn 20-piece from KFC. Give her kids some chicken and some biscuits. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? That way you even a score. Don't be greedy and think you just keep going over there and laying up, and just don't give her nothing, because that's how you create a stalker. Because even though she gave it up willingly now, even though she the one who gave up the draws, she's still going to look at it like you using her. You feel me?
Yeah. She gonna feel like you owe her something.
Absolutely. So, you know, that's basically, you know, why I felt it was imperative that I let these guys out here know when it comes to these one night stands, you have to be careful, you know, how far you go with them, how much time you put into them. You know, don't just keep laying with this broad till she feels like you pimping her, you using her. You know, sometimes you got to give a little to get a little. You know what I mean? James Harvey says here, oh, no, freelance didn't. Let me tell you what freelance said. Freelance said, Lady Mocha, I'm doing all the work pounding on it. She need to be paying me. Now, you know what? I'm about to block you, freelance. I'm about to block you.
You getting paid.
He the one who's getting paid. Freelance a hot mess. He's so messy.
He is getting paid. He got it, right? That's your payment.
He is very petty. So, in other words, oh, you a penis payer. You thinking you paying in penis. You paying by the inch. Okay, you one of them brothers. Freelance, I'm not going to follow up behind you tonight because you messy. He's a messy individual. Whatever, freelance. He is so crazy. Anyhow, James said a grown woman not going to have a man coming around doing absolutely nothing and she's sleeping with him. Bingo. It don't make her a gold digger if she needs gas money sometimes. Yeah. What's your intake on that comment, Danini?
Huh?
What's your you still laughing at freelance? Freelance play too damn much.
Yeah.
He gets on my nerves.
If you willing to do that, fine. If you willing to give her money or help her out with what she need, that's fine. But that's not a one night stand at that point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm
like
people
this.
Don't really understand what that means.
No, they don't.
One night stand means hit it and quit it. That's it.
That's right.
No other communication. If she need gas money, then you shouldn't have drove your ass over here. I can't help you.
Right. Yeah. That's very true. Now, me on the other hand, I said this before, and I'll just remind everybody who probably don't forgot. Now, me on the other hand, let me tell you what type of chick I was before I got married. Okay, because as everybody know, I've been married for 18 years. But before I got married, I was in the dating world. Unlike a lot of these women out here, I told the man what was going to happen to him if he slept with me. I didn't lie to you. I told them up front, I'm a crazy bitch. I told them I'm bipolar and I'm loony. Now, if you still want to take a chance and sleep with me, that's on you. This is true story. True story, okay, Danini? This is what happened. I'm not lying. Met this guy, right? Met this older guy because I had always talked to guys older than me, you know, because I ain't never had too much patience with guys my age. You feel me? So I was like 20 at the time. And the guy who was trying to holler at me, I think he was like 42, 43 years old, right? So me and this dude, but he was like a nice looking 42-year-old. He didn't like somebody daddy. You get what I'm saying? You know. So anyhow, we exchanged numbers because I was just gonna talk to him. Really, it wasn't nothing big that was come out of it. You know, I just looking for a friend, somebody to chill with or whatever. So anyway, me and him met somewhere and we exchanged numbers, right? Exchange numbers. Me and him got to talking and everything. So as we're sitting on the phone and we're talking now, I'm not dumb because from a long shot, because I know this dude is older than me. So in the back of my mind, I already knew he was going to try to test me. You get what I'm saying? So we talking, we vibing, having a good conversation. He asked me where I like to go, what I like to do, and after all this good conversation, he goes and says right away, he says, well, look here, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really think you're an attractive woman. I really like you, but I'm just looking for somebody to kick it with. And I said, okay, kick it with, what is your definition of kicking it with somebody? Because kicking it don't mean the same thing to everyone. So he goes and says, I can see he's trying to beat around the bush. He goes and he tells me, well, I'm just physically attracted to you. Basically, I just would like to, have a physical relationship with you. Now that's exactly what he told me, and I was shocked because most guys are kind of wait, you know what I mean, before they get to that point. They'll take you out to dinner, they'll do something. This dude didn't even take me to get the first 2 pieces and a biscuit, and he already was telling me he just wanted to have a physical relationship with me. So that's when I told him, I said, oh, really? So you want a physical relationship? I said, I don't think you want to go there with me. And he was like, well, why? I mean, I think you're an attractive woman and this and that. I said, because I'm crazy. I said, I'm bipolar. I'm schizophrenic. I said, you don't want to sleep with me. And he was like, why is that? I said, because if you sleep with me, you're going to have problems. I'm psycho. I'm the kind of chick, I will go to your job and I will bust out your windshield with a can of Glory Green. You don't want to mess with me. I'm very psychotic. I told him this up front so he would not be surprised. I told him I was crazy. So he goes and says, oh, wow. Well, you so brutally honest. You don't cut no corners. I said, no, I don't. I'm letting you know you don't want a physical relationship with me because you're going to have problems because I'm not all the way straight upstairs. I told him this. Don't you know before we hung up the phone, this fool going to sit here and ask me, could he call me back tomorrow? I just told you I was crazy. Why do you still want to talk to me?
Matter.
And this is why men. Yeah, what you were saying, Danini?
Their curiosity get the best of them.
And that curiosity get them in drama. That's how they end up. That's how a lot of these men end up with these psychotic chicks because they too busy trying to get a challenge. They so busy trying to conquer a challenge because by nature, men are hunters. By nature, men are conquerors. So they think
with a psychotic chick. They end up with a psychotic baby mama messing with them chicks like that.
Exactly.
Not just a psychotic chick.
Yeah, that's how they exactly because they chase them behind the physical, and that's what messes a lot of these men up. Let me see. Harvey says, right. A man needs to have his own house and hold himself and call himself a stand-up man. I agree with that. Angela C asks me how old I am. I am 38 years old. I am 38 going on 23. Which means I'm still childish as hell. I have not grown up 100%. So y'all pray for me on that. Freelance goes and says, a woman, you know what? Here come that goddamn freelance again.
I'm worried about freelance.
I'm not worried about him either. He's a hot ass mess. He says a woman's vagina is worth no more than a man's penis. They cancel each other out. Now, if they willing to spend a little time with her brother, she's worth keeping around.
No, that's not true, freelance. Not at all.
Please school him, Danini. School Mr. Freelance.
Okay. No, it's not equal because a person like me, mine is priceless. So you ain't gonna sit up here and think you about to get in and go your own way. No, sir, not gonna happen like that. I'll let you know in the beginning. Look, if we gonna do this, we need to be in a relationship. And I don't date just to date. It ain't gonna be no, we dating and then no. The end result is marriage. So I'm just letting you know.
Exactly. You lay up with me. You lay up with me. And it's no layaway. You take over the payments. There is no
You
layaway.
in it for the long
You in it for
haul.
the long haul. I'm telling you, and you're right, Danini, because I told my husband the same thing, because we dated for a long time. I didn't give him the business right away. I didn't break him off with a slice of pumpkin pie right away. He had to put in work, you know what I'm saying? And prove to me and show me he was different from the other dudes. But before that same night, before we got ready to do something, I said, let me tell you something now. If you think after this, you going to throw me away like Mississippi trash in the river, you got another thing coming. I will stalk you. I will make your life a living hell. I will go to your job. I will bust out your windshield. I will slice your tires. I will run over your damn mailbox with my car. I told him what was going to happen to him. I said, now, if you ready for all of that, then we can do this. If you ain't ready for it, then you need to get the hell on. Cause I'm letting you know now, you're gonna have some problems with me. Ain't no laying up with me. And the next day you go your separate way and you treat me like a goddamn back page broad. You know what I'm saying?
For
like
real.
I was just somebody that, no, that's not about to happen with me. I don't play them kind of games. And I think if most women would be upfront and tell these guys that, we probably wouldn't even have all the problems we have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That goes to show you about the value too. Men are just willing to give it out freely to whatever woman they want it. It don't matter. They can be ugly, they can be cute, they don't have a type. So they're just willing to give it out. That brings down your value.
It
But
does.
when you hold on to it, you hold
Right.
on to it and keep it safe and keep it clean, then just like a comic book, you're gonna put your comic book in a plastic bag and keep it, and it accumulates value, right? That's just like a
Amen.
woman. If you letting everybody in you as a woman, then you're not worth anything. But if you keep it and hold it, it's worth
That's
a whole
right.
lot.
I agree. I agree. And for the record, every woman don't want a man who got more mileages on his penis than a 1984 Volvo. If your penis done been all over the place, you know what I mean? I don't want you either. I don't want a man with a contaminated penis. If your penis done been around more than the damn Uber driver, your penis been around more than the back page broad. Your penis done been around more than the yellow cab. Your penis done been around more than the goddamn more than the goddamn collection plate in church. I don't want your ass either. I ain't never want no man with no population penis.
Oh, for real.
I'm telling you, I don't want to take my man somewhere and be like, oh girl, I done had him. Oh girl, I done been with him.
For real.
What? I'm telling you, believe it or not, I'm telling you, Danini, a lot of guys don't think that, but believe it or not, women, we take pride too now. Yes. Women, all women ain't proud to be with a man that got population penis. I know I'm gonna have to put this video on damn Patreon because YouTube gonna flag the hell out of me. I'm not
going to the bathroom at the restaurant and somebody follow you like, girl, I know him. What?
Girl, that's some embarrassing. I'm telling you, man, you with a man that got a population penis and he done been with every broad in our neighborhood, man. That you basically feel like, you picked you up garbage. You know what I'm saying? You picked I don't want everybody knowing what my old man penis look like. They don't need to know he got a mole in a certain area. They don't need to know none of that. You know what I mean? I don't want no broad sitting up here talking about, oh man, I done had that. I done no. My penis is supposed to be precious to me. I should be able to value my penis and no, not every other woman got the opportunity to value it. That's how I feel about it. James Harvey says, I haven't met many women like that. Majority of women I've encountered want the man that all the women want. And that's true, James. I hate to say it, but you know what, Danini? He's right. A lot of women want a man that all the women want. Because it's like a challenge for them. I think some women feel like if they get with a man that every woman has had, and she can get that man to settle down with her, in her mind, she feel like she done accomplished something. What's your intake on that?
See, I don't understand that, because that's crazy. I don't want somebody that everybody else in the head. I want them to be curious, because believe me, women ask, well, how he was. That's none of your business. I want you to keep thinking about it. Don't worry about it. I don't want somebody that everybody in the head, because then they gonna come to me and be like, girl, he did this, and girl, he did that, and I'm gonna be in my feelings like, well, damn, he did that to you, ain't did that to me yet.
You ain't lying. I want to know. I want to feel like you're right. I want to feel like I'm his only buffet. Yeah. I want to feel like I'm the only one he doing all this special stuff with. I find out you doing all that. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I better not find out another chick telling me that my husband is doing all of what he do with her with me, because we gonna have problems. For because he better not do with other chicks what he do with me. I'm going to jail. He better not be doing that. That better be my special token. It's just certain stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, you want to feel special. You want to feel appreciated. You know what I mean? You don't want to feel like, damn, you just another broad in the number. You know, you're no special. You know, different than Keisha, Kim, Kiki. I have a problem with that.
Right. Because I'll be quick to call them nasty. You just nasty. You won't give it out to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, some guys give out peanuts like a bus pass. I mean, just and you have to be discreet, because if you one of them guys, you'll sleep with any and everybody. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna end up getting caught up. You're gonna end up getting trapped with a broad you don't want. That's usually how it happens. They never get trapped with a broad they really like, or a broad who they would want to make a wife. 9 times out of 10, if you are a guy and that's very promiscuous, and you don't use protection, and let's say even if you do use protection, you're still taking a chance if you are a man that will sleep with any and every every female, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to end up getting caught up with a woman you don't want. I've seen it happen 1,000 times. Just that one chick, that one rhinoceros, that one Wolverine that you wanted to lay on a desperate night, that you want to hit on a desperate night, could very well be the one you may end up stuck with for a lifetime. What's up, Jeremy and Ernest and Muhammad, for coming in?
All because the good one that he really wanted didn't give it up as soon as the other one.
Yes, you preaching.
You get some knowledge you're looking for when you're rushing.
Freelance asks, what's wrong with nasty? What's wrong with nasty?
Ain't nothing wrong with nasty if it's with one person, but when it's with multiple people, that's a problem.
Exactly. Certain guys, certain things you need to preserve for your main chick. Don't give everybody everything. You know, certain things you need to preserve. What's up, Junk Pile? How you doing? Long time no see. I haven't seen you in a while. You've been incarcerated or what? Where you been at? More time when I don't see a man for a while, here's somebody jail. He done been in somebody's jail or something. That's good to see you. You know, I'm always messing with you, Junk Pile. Thank you for coming on in. Appreciate it. The topic we were talking about so far, Ernest, was these one-night stands. What's up, Calvin? Thanks for stopping by. We were talking about how we have to be careful when it comes to these one-night stands. You know, it's too many brothers and too many women out here deceiving each other, lying to each other, not keeping it real with one another. And that's how come we have so many problems. So the question earlier that, you know, me and Danini was still speaking on is, can women have sex without no attachment? And basically, we both agreed that no matter what these women tell you, a woman is going to get attached to you, especially if you're sleeping with her all the time and you're spending a lot of quality time with her. Oh, he's talking about he was locked up in Egyptian prison. Junk Pile. So and some of y'all locked up because y'all wives won't let y'all go nowhere because y'all been breaking curfew lately. And some of y'all in the doghouse right now too for that. But that's another story. But yeah, that basically the moral of the story for that topic is, do not believe these women when they say they will not get attached to you. Because y'all have a sexual relationship. Don't fall for the okie doke with I don't want a man, I don't need nobody, I'm just looking to have a good time. It's all a facade. You keep laying with her, you keep spending time with her, you taking her places, you doing things with her. She's going to catch feelings. It's by nature. Like Danini said, women, we're emotional by nature. Any more input you want to give to that, Danini, before the next topic?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to make some Jello shots.
Oh, you making some? I should have been to your house. Girl, yes. Them things, that ain't no joke. That's why I get drunk at home, because I want to know who the hell I'm waking up to. You
For
ain't
real.
about to catch me woke up in some damn one of them little raggedy beat down Mexican hotels and I'm missing one stiletto and some 500-pound dude laying beside me. Nah, I always been one. I get drunk, I'm gonna get drunk at home. I want to know who the hell I'm waking up to. I can never understand how some women like to get toe up at these clubs. Just get pissy, toe up, drunk. I'm like, if you're gonna drink at home. You get drunk in places like that. It's always some perverted dude that's waiting to prey on you. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I just never felt comfortable with getting drunk at the club. I don't even like guys paying for my drink at the clubs because they be slipping Mickeys and stuff in your drink. I don't see how women don't be cautious about stuff like that.
I know I
Um,
usually have some wine, but I drunk it all, so I gotta go with the hard stuff.
oh, oh my goodness, girl. Yes, honey. Well, Janini, do you go to the club at all? Do you do the club scene at all?
Yeah, I go to the club. It's
Mhm.
mostly to hear the music and to people watch. Because I
Right.
like
Oh,
to
yeah, yeah,
people
yeah,
watch.
yeah.
So
Right. Yes.
I go to the club. I don't dance because I
Hmm.
feel like I'm too old for that, and men are so disrespectful.
They
So
are.
I rather not. But yeah, I go to a club. I go to bars. I go
Mhm.
everywhere.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I go. Every once in a while, I'm kind of like a bar person. Here and there, I go to the club. Me and my husband will go out sometimes and kick it. You know what I mean? And it just amazes me how desperate a lot of these women are in the club.
Yeah.
How the way they dress. You can always tell a thirsty, seeking female by how she dresses. She has to have all her assets out. She has to make herself become a dick magnet. Basically, she
Yeah.
wears everything revealing. She wants to attract the attention of a man. Because women have reached a new low. Women have come to a different point of desperation now. So women are what I'm starting to notice. Women are dressing more and more revealing. Um,
Hmm.
they're showing their back. It's kind of back in the days. You had to guess how desperate a woman was. You had to kind of guess.
You
These
have to
days,
talk to her.
you got to talk to her and find out. Now, all you got to do is look at how she dresses and carry herself. And because it's some women they get dick deprived. You know what I mean? It's a lot of dehydrated females out there. I did a message on I did a video recently talking about these dehydrated females. How it's gotten to the point to where once you gain a reputation and you have slept and been with so many men, what happens is over time you taint yourself. Over time you have such a bad reputation to the point brothers ain't checking for you like that. So now you've gotten to a desperate point to now you practically trying to give it away. And it done got bad if you're trying to give away coochie and nobody won't even take it because usually anybody will take free coochie like that. So if
Hmm.
you're trying to give it away and nobody's not taking it, then 9 times out of 10, that should already let you know that you have tarnished yourself.
They're not gonna understand that though.
No, they're not. No, they're not going to understand that. Because in the back of their mind, as long as a man is sleeping with them, as long as these men are sleeping with them, you have a lot of women that are in denial. They feel like as long as a man is sleeping with them, a man is interested in them. What a lot of women are not understanding is a man can sleep with you and not even be interested in you.
Yes.
I told the female that, and don't you know, she was shocked. She was a shock, like, really, guys? A man can sleep with you and not be interested in you? I mean, are you serious? This broad, she was shocked when I told her that. I told her some men can even sleep with you and not even be attracted to you.
I mean, do they understand all these sex dolls they have? That's all they are. They're a sex doll with a pulse.
Right. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. She didn't believe that. And it amazes me, Danini, that you got grown women that still got this little girl mentality. That still got this little girl way of thinking that all I got to do is give it up. And women still think that, you know, coochie has power. They still believe that they can win a man over by sleeping with him. And a lot of them still believe that. That's why some of these men, some of these women keep giving it up, guys. The reason why a lot of these women are giving it up to you without a problem, because she's thinking the more that she gives it up, the more that you're interested in her. A lot of these women, they don't believe that men can separate sex from emotions.
Men are very great at that.
Oh, yes, they are.
But I say a lot of the women today, they have low self-esteem. They don't know their own self-worth. And that's what it all comes down to. Because if a woman knew her self-worth, she wouldn't sleep around.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
Don't be loud, boy.
And to me, I can't speak for all women, but I know myself. The reason why speaking for me, I've never been one to really, you know, be promiscuous and out there like that, is because I know for me personally, I catch feelings. I get attached very easily, you know, but what has happened is a lot of these women, like you said, they have self-esteem problems. A lot of them don't even feel like they're worth men marrying them. They're worth a man wanting a future with them. So a lot of these women are just learning to settle just to be, you know, toys. They're settling to be toys. They're settling to be somebody that a man can play with. And when he's tired of her, he has the advantage to go back and forth. And a lot of it comes from, like you said, lack of low self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what they said here. My freaking phone keeps going out. Junk Pile says, if a woman cannot get a man to marry her, he has no power. And that's very, very true. I agree with that. And a lot of these women out here not getting it. They're not getting it. They're not winning these men over by sleeping with them. If anything, they're making these men lose interest in them. If anything, that doesn't keep a man interested in you if he knows no matter what time he calls you, he can get it. He call you 3 in the morning, you letting him come to your house. You letting him come to your house every weekend. You letting him lay with you as much as he want to lay with you. He ain't got to take you out to dinner. He ain't got to take you to the movies. If that's the way you start somebody off, if that's the type of perception that you give a person, that's exactly what they're going to continue to keep doing. It's old. Any woman in 2018 that believes giving up the cookies, giving out cookies like free samples, you know, at Sam's Wholesale is going to make a man be into you or want to have something with you, you definitely setting yourself up for failure. I really wish these women would understand that.
Even if you tell them, they're not going to understand it. It's something that has to be taught. Because women now, they think, okay, I done lived my life. I made it this far. So anything you telling me is not going to help. So they're going to keep doing it the way they've been doing it.
I totally agree with that. Yeah. So I mean, basically, that's basically what it boils down to in a nutshell. We have to be careful when it comes to these one night stands. Realize that everybody isn't genuine. Everybody don't know the rules. Everybody don't follow the rules and regulations of these one night stands. So be careful, because you may end up with a psychopath. You may end up with somebody
With
that you
me.
can't get rid of. That you ain't lying. You don't want to get one of me either. You don't want to get one of me. You have to get restrained.
Right.
You have to get restraining orders. You gonna have to get all that, because yes, it's some women out there. They not about to take that nonsense, man. I'm telling you. Now, this is my next question for you, Danini. When it comes to breakups, basically, when it comes to breakups, when a relationship is over, who do you think has a more harder time recovering? Is it the man or the women, and why?
I think it's the man. I think it's the man because
really? Okay, I got to hear this. Let me sit my mind.
I think it's the man because men don't show their feelings on the outside, but when they start like treating other women the way he was treated in a relationship, then that's a sign. When he's not trusting anybody, that's a sign. And men don't trust women for a long time when they've gone through a bad breakup. So that's just them still getting over it. They haven't gotten over it. But women, on the other hand, seem to trust and put things to the side after a while. But men, I think men takes longer to get over a breakup because they're not willing to open their hearts again.
That's true. I definitely want to hear the guys in the chat room. I want to, especially freelance, because freelance always has a lot to say. He been running his mouth all night on my channel.
Yeah, and now he quiet.
Oh, he quiet now, honey. He quiet now. Oh, don't go child support on us now, freelance. You've been talking all night, because I want to hear your opinion. You ain't getting out of this. You in the bed. You in the bed with me now. The panties already down, so you ain't running from this now. Freelance, where are you? Where are you, freelance? Because I want to. Yeah, you know what? But it's funny you mention that, because I do believe one thing about men. Once a man has been burnt, because see, men don't fall in love as much. So when they do fall in love and that woman has burnt them, I think men could be more scorned than women when they are scorned. Now, they don't get scorned as much as we do, but when they do get scorned by their favorite, as freelance said earlier, when they get scorned by their favorite, it makes them become totally different human beings. Men do not open up their hearts as easily once a woman they really love has burnt them.
Yes.
That's just how I feel about it. Now, he finally said something. This is what freelance said. He says, women immediately go back to sleeping with multiple dudes when they break up. Do you agree with that, Danini?
No, not at all. I mean, maybe some of the hood rats that you are accustomed to does, but real women don't. Real women sit there trying to figure out what happened, why it happened, and make sure it don't happen again.
That is so that you're absolutely right. Like you said, only hood rats. Again, it depends on the type of woman. Hood rats, because for a hood rat, her way of getting over dude is by getting up under another one. You get what I'm saying? But real women, when we don't put our heart in you, we are emotional. Women, we lock down. Okay, we isolate ourselves from the world. Our girlfriends don't hear from us. Our family don't hear from us. We go into this little shell like a turtle, to where we will isolate ourselves from the world, because as women, we are our own worst critic. Women, we're constantly criticizing ourselves, especially if you left us for somebody else, in cases like that. If you left us to be with somebody else, we're constantly measuring ourselves up. thinking about what did we do wrong? Was I not attractive enough? You know, what was it about her that he didn't see in me? No, real women, when it comes to breakups, the last thing we want to do is sleep with another man. Not a woman who is a woman. Now, if we're talking about a hood rat, we're talking about a Jezebel, we're talking about a low common denominator chick, then that's different. But real women, because I'm quite certain, I've been in my relationship, I've been married for 18 years. I'm quite sure if my marriage was not to work out, I'm probably not going to get in a relationship for a very, very long time, because when I love hard. I love really, really hard. You know, so not all women, like Harvey said, it depends on the background, and it does, because not all women are going to go and lay with multiple dudes because she got her heart broken.
But I love Keisha.
Now, Dawn Barcelini, you know what? You got to get blocked too, just like I'm going to block you.
And that's why you end up butthurt at the end of your relationship with Keisha, because you want her.
And that's why Keisha put that child support. Keisha won't take you off that child support either. Keisha want her alimony. Keisha makes your life a living hell. So be careful of them Keishas, yes. Dawn Barcelini. Yeah. But I agree. I do think, you know, when once a man has been betrayed, once a woman has betrayed him and broken his trust, he would never look at women the same. He would never. Yes. He would never. You know what I mean? And if he's been too burnt, depending on how burnt he's been, and especially if he's been burnt by a sister, he'll cross over and he'll go to Becky. If a man been burnt by too many Keishas, eventually he's gonna go to Becky. You know, one thing, men are not near as forgiving as us. You know what I'm saying? They give a certain woman a chance, and because that one particular woman did a man, now they put every woman in that category. You know, just because one black woman burnt them, not all black women ain't no good. You know, all because, you know what I'm saying, a young woman burnt them. All young women the same. I mean, they will take their hurt, they will take their pain, they will take their negative experiences, and they will apply that to almost every woman. You know, they think all women are out to get them, and that is far from the truth.
I'm sorry, I'm walking around.
Oh no, yeah, you good. My YouTube on my phone is free, is doing something crazy, so I'm gonna have to go on my laptop and do it. But yeah, I definitely believe that, you know, men take breakups a lot harder than women to a big degree.
Freelance, I can't. Keisha is too. He said Becky freaky as hell too.
Let me see.
Becky gonna take all your money.
What freelance? What free? You know what? What freelancer says smart? I'm about to find out in a few minutes. Yeah, I'm still my little chat freezing up on my end. I'm
trying to make some Jello shots, Jump Pile. That's why I'm walking around.
My dog. Is anybody experiencing any buffering? I'm experiencing it on my end.
No.
Okay, it's probably just my end over here. Yeah. As I stated before, women, we definitely take. Okay, now mine's is finally catching up. Becky freaky as hell, but yeah, Becky got a lot of connections. Her father knows the attorney, got the best attorneys. Her father knows all the judges in that town. Becky got a lot of connections now. That's what a lot of men have, that's what a lot of these brothers I got to understand. Becky can ruin your life because Becky got a lot of connections. And when you come up in that judge room, when you come up in them courts, with being a black man with a white girl, with a white woman, them judges is not gonna have no mercy on you. None whatsoever. Either way, I always tell men, I don't care if you meet a woman that's black or a woman that's white. If you piss her off, you're going to bring out the evil side of that woman.
Yes.
Believe me, Becky has an evil side just like Keisha does. All women have an evil ass side. Yeah, but reiterate on that for me, Danini.
I said Becky not to hide her evil side. You don't see that right away.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then they pay a hitman to kill you.
You gotta watch Becky.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, white women, they ain't taking as much as they used to take now. They going in for the kill too now. I mean, the white women, they not as submissive and docile as they used to be. Y'all got to realize y'all dealing with these new school white women. Now, the old school white women back in the day, yeah, they was different. But we're starting to get some of these just like we got hood rats, we got a lot of these trap bunnies. That's what I call, some of these trapper white girls. You're dealing with some trap bunnies, okay? These trap bunnies, they starting to do a lot of shady stuff like some of these sisters out here. So you got to be careful with these trap bunnies, with these trap snow bunnies now, because they're not playing the radio. You better ask Tiger Woods when he pissed off his white wife, Elin. She took him to the cleaners. She ain't had no mercy. You piss off any woman, I don't care if she black or white, you gonna bring out the evil in her. It's not just no black women evil or just white women evil. A bitter woman, period, is evil. A bitter woman, she's going to be evil. You're going to bring out a side in her, that you didn't know that was in there. Because when women get hurt, our emotions get the best of us. We don't mean to be crazy, guys. But what happens with a lot of women, once a woman is betrayed, we try to make y'all hurt like we hurt. We want y'all to feel the pain that we feel. But what a lot of women have to understand, like I've had to learn, no matter what all you do, a man is never going to feel pain the way a woman does. It doesn't matter. And that's what most women have to understand. You can never get retaliating against a man or trying to get even and do what a man do. It's not going to make you feel any better. I've seen women do it. I've seen women who would try to retaliate and get back at a man they love by getting another man. And she thinks she's proving a point because she has this new dude. But as soon as she sees that man is still moving on and not looking back, it just makes her more angry and more resentful.
Yes. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. But yes, as I was stating, for all of the guys out there, the reason why I'm doing this message, because I want men to understand, where women come from and why we operate the way that we do. Because a lot of women, again, we're emotional creatures. And what happens is our emotions make us become evil. We become evil creatures because we let our emotions get the best of us. And that's where we fall short. Freelance says Tiger made that mistake of getting married. That's his fault, thinking money made him above the game. Well, what messed him up, Freelance, was he got greedy. It wasn't so much getting married, he got greedy. Okay? Now, if you already out here, you doing your thing, you already was in a marriage. He was already married. He decided to mess with all these women. First of all of these men know if you are a man of status and you are a man that makes a lot of money, you are going to be a target. Any man that's in the industry should know that. So he basically tied a noose around his own neck. That's what he did. His mistake was being greedy. Okay? The main thing he should have did, if he was going to do this darn thing, first of all, if he was going to do something, he should have messed with women that was specifically about money. Like a call girl, a prostitute, back page. That's what he should have did. But when you have relationships outside of your marriage, that's when you create problems. Now, really, you're not supposed to be messing around at all, because I don't want nobody to get it twisted. If you are married It is best that you don't even mess with another female on the outside of your marriage. And the same thing with women. If you are married, do not mess with other men, because what tends to happen, people tend to really want you even more when they know they can't have you.
Yeah.
That's what tends to happen. But the fact that that's what makes you desire something even more when you know it would never really be yours. That's where the obsession comes in at. What's your opinion on that, Danini, with these married folks messing around?
I think it's more of they see what you're doing for your spouse and they want the same thing. It becomes what they want.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, they're not seeing that, you know, they may want you, but look at what you're doing. It's something that you're not getting from your spouse that you're out here looking for it.
Exactly. And what I've learned about marriage too, I believe, me personally, I've heard that that's a side chick myth. The side chick myth is that if a man is stepping outside of his marriage, is because he's not happy at home. I think that's just a myth a lot of people have learned to use. A lot of people have played that card for so long. That card is played out to me, because I'm going to tell you this. If you were really that unhappy, why didn't you just leave the marriage, period? How you unhappy or how you dissatisfied if you still in a marriage, but you out here doing what you want to do? If you're that dissatisfied, you will leave who you are with. So you're not that miserable. What I think is a lot of people just want to have their cake and eat it too. You know, I think that even if you're getting steak and potatoes at home, every once in a while, you may want to get a damn hot dog or a burger. You know, I just think a lot of married people use that as an excuse. Well, I'm not getting pleased. I'm not getting satisfied. Well, wait a minute. But how you still come home every night if you're not satisfied? Why are you still married to me? You know, if you're really, really that unhappy, why won't you just abort the damn mission? No, you want to have your cake and eat it too. But you know what I noticed about marriage to Danini, and it goes for men and women. A reason why a lot of these marriages out here are failing is because too many people want the benefits of a marriage instead of a real marriage.
Yep.
That's where people mess up at. And I'll start off with women. I will tell on the women first. A lot of women want to get married because it's all about showcasing. You know, it's all about proving a point to their girlfriends, proving a point to the women in their family who thought they would never be married. Some women just want to be married as a display. Some women just want to be married because having a husband is like another accessory. You know, Some women got this thing of, if I look good and I got the house and I got the beauty and all of that, I should automatically have a husband. Not all women out here is wife material. That's the problem. A lot of these women are not wife material. What's your intake on that, Danini? How do you feel about women today with marriage?
A lot of them aren't wife material. They have to know how to treat themselves first. And that's the one thing that I've noticed with females today. They don't know how to treat themselves. They don't know how to value themselves. So how you going to know how to treat and value someone else? Mm-hmm. If you in it for selfish reasons, then, you know, you're going to have a problem.
Absolutely. I agree. Want to thank you, Mr. Donnell Johnson, for stopping in. What's up? Just my 4 cents. Thank you for everybody who's just tuning in. I'm with my girl Danini tonight. The other two ladies wasn't able to make it. Maybe something that came up on their end. But we've been talking about a little bit of everything. We just got done talking about can women have sex with men without getting attached? And basically me and Danini both agreed that no, women cannot have a sexual relationship with a man and not catch feelings for him. So that was the first thing we was talking about. Now we're talking about is marriage. Now what we're talking about is marriage these days. We're talking about marriage, how much respect for marriage is gone, and why women and men, the differences with men having a hard time, you know, when marriage, and women also. So we're just talking about a little bit of everything. Donnell. We're just talking about a little bit of everything. There's no specific subject. As you were stating, Danini, yes, people do have to love themselves first. The problem is with women these days, what has happened is a lot of the dynamics have changed. Back then, you notice if you look at the couples back in the 50s and 60s, they didn't have half as much of stuff as we have now. But you notice how much their marriages lasted much longer. They didn't have all this fancy stuff we had. They didn't have these new cars, these new houses, this social media. They didn't have all of these wonderful worldly things, but yet their marriage lasted longer because people back then understood the value of marriage. Women understood the value of marriage. It wasn't about showcasing. It wasn't about, trying to prove a point, trying to get an audience. Marriage was about really having a union and building something with someone. But the problem is too many people want the benefits of marriage, but they don't know how to have a marriage. Some women like the benefits because some women just look for security, the finances, a man who can pay the bills. I know some women, they're not even attracted to the man they're married to, but because he pays the bills and because he's a good provider, they're willing to tolerate him. But for the most part, they're not even into them. And then you have some men, they marry for their own benefits as well. You got some men who marry because they just want a slave, a woman that's going to pretty much, cook, clean, be barefoot pregnant. They want kind of like a servant, so the problem is a lot of these marriages are failing because everybody's not going into marriage for the right reasons. Everybody's got an agenda behind getting married. Let me see what they got here. Back at the time, Jeremy says, back at the time, people was not so materialistic as it is now. I totally agree with that. And now these days, people do not want to get married unless they know that person has money and they can contribute. Now, even though money is important, that should not be the only reason you are with that person. Because I guarantee you, if you're just with somebody for the money, it is not going to last long. Why do you think these celebrities don't hardly keep no marriages? You see all of these Hollywood breakups, because it don't matter how much money somebody has. If you and that person are not connecting, if y'all are not on the same page and there's really no love, the marriage is not going to survive anyway if both of y'all are in marriage with an agenda. Just my 4 cents. Some women target civil service workers for their pension. Marry the man, then leave him a few years later so they can get half of his pension. Yep, that is true. What's your intake on that, Danini?
Huh? I'm typing.
I don't think you typing. I think you over there hitting them jello shots. That's what the hell I think you doing.
I just put them in the refrigerator.
Oh, well, you ain't hit them yet then. Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, but yes, unfortunately, just my 4 cents. Some women do that and they end up paying the price for it. When you go, you reap what you sow. You go into a situation using somebody and think it's not going to come back on you. It always does. So you have to be careful of just getting married to somebody because just wanting their money, because it will come back to haunt you in the long run.
Yes, it will.
Freelance. Once the state and the feminists started meddling is when marriage went south. No man wants to be a mule. The just foots the bill while the woman acts a fool. I agree with that, Freelance. I agree. Everybody has to have, people have to feel like they're wanted in a marriage. Nobody wants to feel like they're only wanted because I got money, or you only want me because I'm attractive. You only want me because I look good as far as preserving your image. People want to really be appreciated and valued. And the problem with a lot of marriages, I'm going to tell you the 3 things that has caused a lot of marriages to derail. 3 things: sex, money, and in-laws. Those are the 3 reasons a lot of marriages are not surviving.
In-laws?
Yeah, because in-laws are always meddling. It's always outsiders, And when I say in-laws, let me clarify that. Outsiders, meaning in-laws, homeboys, your best friend, all these outside haters are the reason why a lot of marriages don't fail. Because for one, married people, you shouldn't be open with what's going on in your house. You don't need to be around here telling everybody, my wife don't please me sexually, my husband don't please me. People don't need to know, you know what I'm saying, your personal issues about each other in these marriages, because that's when you open your door up to the enemy. What's your intake on that, Danini?
Yeah, somebody like me, any problem I have at home, you'll never know. You'll never know it, because that's not something I partake in. Because at the end of the day, you didn't help me cause this problem, so you can't help me solve it. Only two people can help you solve it is yourself and that person that you're with. That's only two people. So why include anybody else?
That is very, very true. I agree. When you and the thing about it is, most marriages last when you learn to keep your problems to yourself. And women,
Yes.
we are bad candidates for that. We're always confiding in people. We tell our mamas what's going on. We tell our sisters what's going on. You know, it's a lot of women who confide too much in other women and not realizing that you have a lot of miserable people out there who want to know what's going wrong in your household. That way
Yes.
they could help you they could finish helping you sabotage it. They be like, oh girl, if I wasn't you, I wouldn't be taking that. I wouldn't be dealing with that. First of all, what people got to realize is it is not your place to tell people what to take and what not to take. Okay.
Yes.
Everybody knows what they can stand and what they can tolerate. You know, a married woman, especially if you're a married woman, for one, I've never listened to single women. Single women cannot tell me, if a woman who's never been married, she cannot tell me how to deal with my husband. It's not going to happen.
Exactly.
And you damn sure can't tell me nothing if you ain't got a man or if you never kept one. I've never understood women who take advice from other women who they know don't have good relationship potentials.
Yeah. But yet they do.
Yeah, I agree. Was there anything else you want to say on that, Danini?
No, I like what you said.
Just my 4 cents as, does menopause cause breakups?
What?
I
No.
don't know how to answer that question.
No. Menopause does not. Okay, now when you with a person, and just like if the man get hurt on his job, he gets sick, anything happen, you expect that woman to be there with you and go through it with you and understand how you're feeling. And even if you lash out on her, you want her to understand it's coming from a hurt place, but I really don't mean this. Same thing with women going through menopause. You have to understand that she's going through something in her body right now. And what she's going through, it has nothing to do with you. So just be patient, just like you would want her to be patient with you through your so-called midlife crisis.
I agree. You said a mouthful with that. That's the thing about marriage. What people got to realize is that what you marry, that person is not going to be like that forever. You know, I look back on, because I've been married for 18 years. I'm not that same little 21-year-old girl. I'm not that same 20-year-old girl that my husband first met. And he's not that same 24-year-old boy that I just met. Okay, slowly, but my husband's 42, and God blessed me to see it. I'll be 39 in November. And what people have to realize is marriage does consist of changes. And if you both sincerely love one another, you will both respect the changes that will take place in your marriage. Your wife is going to go through changes. She's going to go through menopause. She's going to have hot flashes. If it's not even that, physically, you know, her body's not going to be the same. She's not going to be that same type body young girl that you first met. Okay, she's going to get a couple of rolls like the bakery. sooner or later. She's going to go through physical changes, and so are you. You got to realize as your woman is changing, you are changing. You're not the same type body 6-pack dude that she met. You went from a six-pack to a keg. Okay, you might have went from a 6-pack to a 2-liter. Everybody don't stay fine and sexy for the rest of their life unless you just really, really take care of yourself. And it's not so much just the physical looks. Things can happen, like you can lose your house. Your house could go up for sale. You can lose a child. You find out one of you are diagnosed with cancer. It's some real serious issues that can take place in marriage. And if you're one of those people, if you're not, because let's face it, everybody is not marriage material. Everybody is not a good partner to marry. You got to be honest with yourself. Are you marriage material? That goes for man and woman, okay? Because it's a lot of women out there that don't make good ideal wives. Or just because you're a woman, that don't mean you're going to be a good wife, okay? That's like saying just because you're a woman and you can produce kids, that don't mean you're a good mother. You're just a producer. There's a difference, okay? So basically, marriage is about adjusting to changes. There's going to be trials. There's going to be tribulations. And like I said, that's why it's very important to keep in-laws out. Like James Harvey said, in-laws in your family could break up your marriage. They really, really, really can. These outsiders, these in-laws, sister-in-law don't like you, brother-in-law don't like you. You got haters. And the moment they feel like y'all got problems in your house, they're going to try to come in and give an opinion, because it's sad, but you got some miserable people who don't want to see people happy. Y'all doing good. I'm not saying marriage is perfect. There's a difference between having a healthy marriage and a perfect marriage, because there's no such thing as a perfect marriage. As long as the marriage is healthy, meaning that y'all are communicating, y'all can talk, y'all handling your business, the house is not being neglected, the children are not being neglected. That is what matters. Let me see. What's up, Life Machine Power? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. I know you've been reaching out to me a lot. I'm gonna see if I could email you my number, so the next time you do live, you can call me, because I don't check my emails enough, and I notice I've been missing a lot of your emails. But Freelance says today's divorce carrot teaches women not to go for the long haul. I don't recommend marriage for a childless man. What do you think about that?
What? You don't recommend marriage for why?
We need to understand a little bit more about. I need you to reiterate a little bit more on that, Mr. Freelance. Just my 4 cents. My wife is freezing. He said my wife is freezing me out of the bedroom. Yeah, you and my husband have the same problem right now. Let me tell you something, Danini. I'm the most weirdest goddamn sleeper. Let me tell you how I sleep. I sleep with my AC blasted, okay? But yet I'm tucked under the blanket. And I always have one foot out under the blanket. Do not ask me why. I don't know why. I have to have one foot out of the blanket, although the rest of my body is tucked up, and it's freezing cold like an igloo in my room. I cannot sleep in a hot stuff room. I understand my 4 cents. I understand just where your wife is coming from, because I am the same way. I sleep like that. My husband can't stand it. He cannot stand it. He's like, you are weird. How you got it blasted? You got the AC blasted, but you tucked up under the blanket freezing. I don't know why I do it, but I do it. Every marriage got that one person that just does some weird stuff. Yes. Every marriage just has something that just does something weird. And that's just one of my, I do the same thing, my 4 cents. I apologize, I feel your pain, but that's just something women do. We can't, I know I do it, I can't help it. I'm gonna do it tonight. I did it last night. and I'm gonna do it again tonight. He gonna be freezing again. He gonna be freezing again tonight, like he been freezing every night. I don't know what to tell you. He says, "OMG, you just like my wife." Yeah, Danini, he said, "You just like my wife. She have a foot hanging out." I'm the same way. And then make it so bad, I got one foot hanging out with a sock on. Don't ask me why I do that either. I have to sleep with socks on. You know, I don't like to sleep with clothes on, period. But my feet got to be covered. My feet, I have to have socks on my foot. Yeah, I got socks on my feet now. My feet get cold very easily. If my feet are cold, my whole body feels cold. I have to have socks on my foot. I don't know why, but I just do. I'm just strange like that. Darius says fishing teaches a man patience, perseverance, contentment, and how to enjoy solitude. You know what, Darius? It's funny you mention that because my husband, he's a fisher. And even though it is so boring to me, I get bored when I don't catch nothing. That's when I get frustrated. Really? When I don't catch nothing, I get frustrated. You like to fish, Danini?
Yes, I love the fish.
What? Wow. Yes. What do you love about fishing?
It's just the peace that you get. It's not like I don't have to catch anything, but while you sitting there, you can actually think. And you just you're at ease. You don't have people around you constantly talking. You don't have the TV, none of that. You're peaceful.
So it's more like the serenity that comes with it. It's not so much like the sport where you're trying to catch something. Oh, okay. Well, that part I do like too. I like as you get older, you know, especially as you mature, you find yourself wanting to do more laid back stuff. Like me, I like to do jazz clubs. I like to do jazz clubs where they're playing jazz, saxophone, and nice music like that. Darius, you just like my husband because my husband, he's a country boy and he loves to fish. He loves it. He don't complain. He don't get bored. Now, the 1 or 2 times I went fishing with him, I actually did enjoy it. You know, only part I was mad about was I wouldn't catch no fish. The one time I did catch something, I caught a damn boot that somebody threw in the goddamn lake. I'm willing it in, willing it. I'm like, oh, I got a big one. I got a big one. Girl, somebody threw a damn fisherman boot. Boy, that thing blowed me. My feelings was hurt. I thought I actually won something for once. But, yeah, you know, as you get older, you want to do things that are more, you know, peaceful. You know, my thing is, as you get older, you should come to a different stage in life to where you should be trying to avoid as much drama as possible. You know, you should be doing things that brings you peace, that brings you contentment, that brings you joy. And what I notice is you can find joy in the smallest things. Some people cannot find peace because they are constantly looking to stir up drama. If you're the type of person where you're constantly looking for drama, you'll never have peace.
Yes. They have to have something to do. Can't sit still.
Exactly. And yeah, as you were stating, go ahead.
Yeah, I find that hard in young girls today. Very hard. That they can't sit still.
Yes, I mean, you have to, you know, as you go through a lot in life, you get to a different space. Your way of thinking, your mentality is supposed to change. But a lot of people got to realize is marriage is not for everybody. Marriage ain't for everybody. You know, just because you're a beautiful woman, that don't mean you are designed to be somebody's wife. Because the problem is we have a lot. The problem is with some married people, they still got single people tendencies. Meaning you want to be married, but at the same time you want to do you. And that just doesn't work. You know, what people got to realize when it comes to marriage, there are rules. I can't stand when a man tells another married man, your wife won't let you blah, blah, blah. Or when another woman says, your husband won't let you blah, blah, blah. You damn straight. As a married couple, you have to set boundaries. for one
Exactly.
another. There is no, if my husband is not leaving out no house 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. If it's not an emergency. Like there was one time, because my husband does roofing. And it has happened. You know, he'll do a client's roof. He has his own roofing company, and they'll get leaks. They'll get a ceiling in a leak or something like that. So they'll reach out to him because he does leaks 24 hours. You know, so they'll call him. And I'll never forget one night, it was a female client that called him about 12 or 1 in the morning, talk about she got a leak. I made sure I left with his ass to make sure that was all she had was a goddamn leak.
No, that's right.
I'm not playing no goddamn games. My thing is, my husband is supposed to be on top of a goddamn roof and nothing else. That's all he better be on the goddamn top of. You can't play with the enemy, because these women out here is ruthless as hell. They ruthless.
Man, they are scandalous.
They are scandalous. And I hate to say it, and a lot of these brothers are making it easy for these women to be scandalous. They're like, look around, they look left, look to the right. Shit. Nobody gonna know what I'm gonna do. Nobody gonna see, nobody ain't seeing what I'm about to do. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this. Next thing you notice, you get some broad sending you a text message of your husband penis and describing his drawers, describing what she did with him and all this other stuff and everything. And then when he comes home, well, baby, where you been at? Oh, I've been out. Well, where you been out yet? I've been to Ronnie's house. I just got off the phone with Ronnie. Ronnie said you wasn't with him. And that's that main thing they say when they about to get caught in a lie. What they always say. Huh? I hate when a man says, huh. You saying that because you need time to think of a lie. You heard what I said the first time. Ain't no huh. What? Huh? Ain't no what, huh? You heard me. You up there you asked that, you saying that to stall time so you can think of a lie. You know what I mean? I don't like stuff like that. You have to be careful, because it's a lot of vicious people out here. And same thing, ain't just the women. You got men that are targeting married women. So you husbands, y'all ain't safe either. It's some dude that's up here checking your wife, even though you done got used to her string beans and her macaroni and cheese. You might have came home and you done saw her drawers soaking in the sink. You done seen all her faults and her flaws. She done got old to you, but believe me, it's another brother out there that's checking for your wife, watching her, looking at her, you know what I'm saying? Observing her from a distance. What done got old to you is new to somebody else. You got some thirsty brothers out here too now that is willing and ready. You got some Jodies out here now. Jody is waiting to catch you slip. Jody is trying to catch your wife at a vulnerable moment. So you men out here, don't think you got it all on lock, because you got some brothers out here that's just as ruthless as these sisters, and they don't care nothing about your wife being married to you. Matter of fact, they like married women better because they feel like as long as a woman is married, the less she got to worry about him, worry about her, making his life a hassle, so you got to be careful. It's on both sides. I change, or let me see. Freelance, Lady Mocha is simple because today's women don't bring anything to the table other than sex. They can't cook, can't clean, can't parent, and a lot is stacked in their favor. I agree with that. It's sad, but Danini, do you realize there's a lot of women out here who can't cook and clean? It's crazy, but that's true.
Yes. I realize that, but okay, speaking of that, I have a question. First, I'm a story. So my older sister recently got married. I know that she can't cook. I know that. And it's like every time I have something at her house or at my house or anywhere, her husband shows up and immediately asks me what I made. And then for the 4th of July, he asked me to bake him a cake. Because he's like, I like the way you bake. I like your treats.
And he even made a comment one day, some party we was having, oh, if you wouldn't have made any treats, I wouldn't have came. And now he's asking me to make him a birthday cake. What do you think about that?
Well, and this is your brother-in-law, technically,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes.
It's interesting. I think, I don't know if he's throwing hints to your sister that she need to step a game up. I don't know if that's his way of saying that, you know, I have to confide into your sister. I have to ask another woman to do something I can't get you to do. So I don't know if that's his way of throwing shade at her. And for you guys, please chime on in. Please chime on in and tell us about the situation. Because men know other men. So I definitely want to know y'all opinion on Danini's situation too. Hell, hopefully you don't. Is he like? Hopefully he ain't flirting or trying to like. You know, hopefully he ain't flirting or trying to like, you know, make some little moves or something like that. That's just a little like strange, you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
he wants you to bake, and I don't know. I would feel a little out. I would feel a little out of my element with that if yeah, if my well, because my husband, he don't have any brothers, he got all sisters. But I would feel out of pocket if my sister, well, I got sisters though. If her old man, her husband asking me to make him cakes and all this and that. Oh no, you want me to make cakes because you really want some cake? I mean, what's really going on? You know what I mean? Let me see what some of these guys in the chat room got to say about that. Because one thing about it, men definitely know the men. What you think is going on with that?
I wouldn't have felt, you know, as uncomfortable if he would have asked that in front of her. But it's like he waited till she stepped out the room to ask.
Oh, she was around. Oh
Yes.
yeah. That don't, yeah. That sound like some flirting to me, because he could have asked when all y'all was in the same room. He could have been like, "Yo, sis, you know what I'm saying? Do you mind, you know, baking some cake for
Exactly.
me?" He wait till she left. Oh yeah, that sound like a slick. That's like some undercover slick. That's an undercover slick type of flirting type of thing to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would definitely kind of watch him, because one thing about it, if sooner or later, if that's his motives, he's going to become more and more comfortable. He's going to become more and
Yeah.
more open. So sooner or later, over time, if that's his intent, it's gonna come to the surface. It's definitely gonna come to the surface. Hopefully that's not the case, but to me, no. When somebody's wife leaves the room and you want to ask me something, yeah, I'm not comfortable. Yeah, I will. Yeah, definitely watch him. Definitely watch him. Yeah, I would definitely have my eye on him, because dude sound kind of foul to me. He got some motives. But yeah, I would just kind of see what else he does before you just jump, because some men, then again, some men are stupid too, you know. But I think just kind of sit back and see how it play out. If not, if he keep doing that every time she leave, then nah, because you know some men, they believe in keeping it in the family now. I mean, got to watch
Well,
some of this Maury Povich, you know, um, brother-in-law messing with sisters and all kind of. I mean, some people keep it in the family. Um, Freelance,
well, I don't
basically.
play them kind of games,
Yeah, I
and
don't
he's
I don't
yet
I don't
to
blame you.
learn who I am.
I don't blame you. If he does it too many times, if he does it like, I say probably a third time, if he coming at you like that when she's not around, I would most likely put him in his place. I would have to say, look, hey, maybe you ain't mean no harm, but this the third time you done said something out of pocket. I'm not feeling comfortable.
Hmm.
That'll probably be fine. I will sit back and see what he does first, because you don't want to give him time to lie. Because if you say something now, he may lie and play it off like, oh man, you know I ain't meant no harm by that. I was just playing. But if you done did it 3 times, I know you ain't playing. So by the time I confront you, it's gonna be solid. It's gonna be solid, because I don't let you
Exactly.
do it 3 times total. Yeah, but yeah, you have to be careful, because so I'm telling you, some people, some of these men, they would try you. They believe in keeping it in the family. They don't mind. Um, Freelance, basically the woman only brings sex with no feminine traits. And the simps worship their vagina and have no masculine traits. That's a marriage destined for divorce. Of course, yeah. If a woman, all she has to offer is just her sex, she has no womanly quality. She can't cook. She can't clean. She can't take care of children. That marriage is doomed for disaster. And same thing with the men who worship them. What men have to realize is you want a woman on your team that's going to be a woman. And I don't mean just a woman based on her bedroom skills. I don't care how good she is at her mouthpiece. I don't care how many tricks she does in the bedroom. I don't care if she could bend over and touch your toes and make you scream like Geronimo in the jungle. I don't care how great she is in that bed. If she's not a woman handling her business, you're going to get frustrated with her. You're going to get frustrated because sooner or later, I guarantee you, as your relationship gets serious and you deal with real life circumstances, and she's not a woman she lacks common sense, she lacks morals, she lacks values. What good is she to you if all she is good at is just pleasing you sexually? God forbid something happens to you and you end up in a situation where you can't tell her what to do. Can you trust as a woman she's going to handle her business? I see men all the time. Don't granted, I understand men like women to be submissive. You know, and I've heard plenty of times, Danini, I've heard a lot of guys said that some women have a problem with being submissive. And what a lot of women don't understand is you can be submissive and still be a woman at the same time. Submissive doesn't mean bending over saying, yes, master, no, master, like you a slave in the movie Roots. You can be submissive and still be just as strong as the next woman. And I think a lot of women, when they hear the word submissive, it takes them to a place to where they feel like they're being a slave. And that's far from the truth.
What do you do with a man who gossips? What?
What do you do with a man who gossips? To ladies in the chat, what do you do with men? Oh, I cannot stand a man who runs his mouth like a female. I do not like dudes like that. I'll tell you what I would do, Boss Hog, and thank you for stopping to the show. I would buy him a box of man pawns, the super heavy. I would buy him a box of man pawns, not tampons, man pawns, and make sure they're super heavy because he's a damn drama queen. I don't like messy ass men. I don't like messy men. I just think that makes I don't know, that makes me question a man's sexuality when he runs his mouth more than a woman. I don't like gossiping men. It's a turn off. I don't like that. That's my advice for gossiping men. I think real men don't have time to entertain going back and telling somebody what another woman said or what another man said. I mean, don't get me wrong, men gossip a little bit here and there. But when you got a man that just run his mouth about everything, that's a turnoff. I don't want a man who run his mouth more than me anyhow. Really? I mean, like, really, that's a turnoff. So to answer your question, that's what I would do, Boss Hog. I don't like a gossiping man. I don't need female friendship like that. Men don't deal with women except for money or sex. Freelance on Danini's situation. Okay, Freelance is answering it. He just need to check his wife for not cooking. Shows he don't have a backbone. And if he wants some booty, he need to tell you he's simping.
He don't need to tell me nothing.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know him all that well, and he don't know me. But he come at me like that, he gonna get to know me real well.
Oh, I'm quite sure he barking up the wrong tree.
Hell yeah, I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm the one who can't keep their mouth closed. So yeah, he gonna have it in playing with me.
I'm sure he's definitely got the right one. Yeah, I I don't even play them kind of games like that. I don't. I do not want nobody trying to try me on that, especially if you in a family. I definitely don't want them
Exactly.
kind of problems. Absolutely, absolutely not. Let's see what else. Simping is a very manipulative mindset. So yes, I could definitely agree with that. But and what I'm just starting to notice too, there's a lot of men out here who don't have backbones. Some of you men are becoming just as spineless as a cockroach. There's a lot of men out here that are not leading their households. They're allowing other women to run their households. It's a lot of men who are taking all type of disrespect, that are don't have a problem with their wives leaving the house all time of night. Don't have a problem with their wives going to the club. Don't have a problem with their wives constantly going on vacation without them. I just think that's a problem if a man doesn't have a problem with his woman constantly being without him. Would you let a loser guy tell you about who you should or should not speak to? Absolutely. No, absolutely. If you're your own woman, anybody that's their own woman boss hog, they're not going to let a guy, especially a guy of less value, persuade her into what she should or shouldn't do. When you're your own woman, you're going to make a decision that's basically best for you. That's what it definitely boils down to. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna roll out also too with this last question, Danini. Because I get a lot of guys, that reaches out to me and they'll ask me this question too. Um, what makes let me see. You there? Is the sound and everything okay?
Yeah, I'm here. I had put it on mute for a minute.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, this the last question. I wanted us to answer for the evening.
Okay.
What makes you think black women are considered evil? Why do you think a lot of men out here have this perception that black women we are just evil? We are willing to do whatever we can to bring a brother down. Why do you think black women we get such a negative perception about us from our own black men?
Because of what black women have done to black men. Look, I was thinking about this one night, and my thing is, all this today, it's an effect of what have happened in the past. That's all it is. And men don't seem to get it. So back in the day when women were loyal to their man, the men would go out and cheat. So now the women are at the place where if he can go out and cheat, so can I. So now it's just like a catchback thing. For all this to be solved, for women to know their place and know their role, I think the men is going to have to change. Cuz women are not they're not leaders. They're not. They're followers.
Mm-hmm.
So the man will have to, lead and lead by example. And then the women will follow. So I don't think it's just that the women they're being mean. It's just they're protecting their own hearts.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely a true point that you made. I can definitely agree with that. I think the reason why the majority of black women seem to come off as these evil, vicious human beings, a lot of that's to do with the fact too that a lot of women have definitely overburdened themselves. It's a lot of black women out here that have put more responsibilities on themselves than they could afford to handle. And what has happened is, all of these responsibilities have, put a lot of these women have put themselves in a position to where they got so much on their plate. They have too many children, too many baby daddies, too much baggage. If it's not baggage with children or baggage with baby daddies, a lot of these black women have emotional baggage. You know, a lot of them
Mm-hmm.
started being promiscuous at a young age, screwing every Tom, Dick, and Daryl. A lot of them have made themselves become women before their time, before they
Mm-hmm.
were mentally ready to deal with womanly responsibilities. And I think that's the reason why a lot of Black women have resorted to these quote unquote evil human beings, you know, because a lot of them have allowed their own burdens to overwhelm them. You know, a lot of them don't have all of what they need. And I'm not knocking all Black women. I'm not saying all Black women do this, but it's a lot of Black women out there who have this attitude where, you know, all I have to do is, you know, basically put myself in a situation where I can get people to sympathize for me, people to feel sorry for me, people to have compassion towards my situation. Like I feel like with, for instance, I feel like Black women, they look for too much credit as far as being single mothers.
Mm-hmm.
They want too much credit being a single mom. If you go on social media, you see it all the time. I'm constantly seeing, you know, Black women to appear and want all this recognition and want all these praises being a single mom. I take care of my kids. My kids don't want for nothing. I'm their mama and their daddy. I'm this, I'm that. Well, my thing is, if you put all these babies here, then and none of the fathers are working with you, and you didn't have a relationship with any of these men before you had children from them, then of course you got to do what you got to do. You don't get any brownie
Mm-hmm.
points for that. You don't get no praises. You don't get no pat on the back because you're doing it all by yourself. A lot of these Black women, they are doing it all by themselves because a lot of them have allowed too much of their selfishness and nastiness to get in the way of letting the fathers be there for their children. A lot of these women, what I'm noticing, Danini, I'm starting to see a lot of contradiction. A lot of these Black women up here saying, I don't need no man, I don't want no man, but they be the first to complain and say, I got to do everything by myself. I got to do it all. I mean, which one is it? You want the father there, and then when he tries to be there, but because he's not the man that you want him to be for your kids, you want to throw shade at these men, but then again, you felt comfortable to go and lay down with these men, not use no protection, not get on any birth control, and then you disappointed when the baby gets here and these men or the father of your children are not stepping up to the plate because a lot of these women, they create their own burdens. What's your intake on that?
Yeah, they definitely do. They they definitely created themselves, but I think they use it to try to keep the man. I don't think they do it just to do it. It's selfish reasons why they do it. But if they grew up in a household where you don't be rewarded for the things you're supposed to do, like men or boys, if you go out there and cut that grass, don't expect to get paid for it. You live. If you wash the dishes, don't expect to get paid. If you clean the house because mom or daddy tell you to, don't expect to get paid for it. If you make good grades in school, I don't understand why kids are rewarded for making good grades. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to know your role. And that's where a lot of people today don't know their roles as kids. So they become adults and don't know their roles.
Mm, mm. I totally agree. Um, yes, I totally agree with that. You know, I think that, you know, unfortunately, it's way too many single moms that are looking for credit. You know, what people got to realize whenever you decide to have children, you know, that is an obligation. You don't get any
Exactly.
brownie points for that. You know, there's
Nope.
no, you don't get a standing ovation as a grown woman if you decide to lay down with these men and decide to have their children. You don't get any brownie points for that. You don't. And see, a lot of them are single mothers because they want to be. They will sit up here and lie and complain that they don't want to do it all. But the moment these men try to intervene and try to be dads and try to step up to the plate, because they can't have that man for themselves, or because that man doesn't want a relationship. They want to associate how the man deals with them as a father. They want to associate that how he treats
because
you
they
and how
don't
he
know
is
their
as a
place.
exactly how he treats you and how he treats the child. That's not the same thing. You're not on the same level. You can't associate that. I don't care if you and him don't get along. That does not mean he's not going to be a good father. The problem is some of these women, they want the best of both worlds. They want a man that's going to bend over backwards, do what they say do, even if he's being disrespected in the process. And that's another reason why some of these women out here are black mothers, because they don't have any respect for the fathers of their children. You can't talk to another grown man all kind of way. You cannot talk to a grown man like he's a child. I don't care how much you don't like him or how much you may not agree with what he does, but you don't have the right to sit up here and talk to a grown man like he's a child and think he's going to sit up there and tolerate you disrespecting him just for the sake of his relationship with his children.
They don't have respect for themselves, so they don't know how to respect other people. All this is taught as a child.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, being in a single parent home don't benefits children at all.
Mm-hmm.
You need that structure. People don't believe it, but kids need routine. Kids need to be taught manners. Kids need to be taught how to respect people. And today we've gotten away from that completely.
Mm-hmm.
But once you teach your children that, for one, how to respect themselves, they're going to automatically know how to treat other people. And when they know
Mm-hmm.
how to treat other people growing up, when they become adults, they're going to know what the word respect really means.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
don't think people today, they don't know what it means. They think, oh, if you curse me out, you're being disrespectful. What did you do before they cursed you out?
Mm-hmm.
Take accountability for
Mm-hmm.
what you did first, because to every reaction, there is an action.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you got to take a step back and see, well, what did I do? Was I the best person that I can be? And that was just the way they act. But if you can't
Mm-hmm.
take a step back and look at yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you'll never get it right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is very true. Like Freelance says, the elevation of single motherhood as an oculoid is also why there's so many simps. Their sons never get masculine traits, and single mothers perpetuate feminine traits on boys. I've said that several times on many of my videos. That what the problem
Mm-hmm.
is, these children, they need a balance. They need to have mother and father. It's the reason God created it, where it takes two different sexes to raise a child, because God knew these children need a balance. And a lot of these times, if you look at a lot of these documentaries, because I watch a lot of prison documentaries, a lot of these men that are incarcerated and in prison have been raised by single mothers. Okay? Single mothers, because what happens is they, at a young age, a lot of these single mamas, they pamper their boys. I mean, think about it. You may know somebody like that now, Danini. You'll be surprised. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
grown men right now that are being pampered by their mothers. It's a lot of mothers that are pampering their sons, and some of these mothers are even using their sons as replacement husbands. It's a lot of mothers out here that are making their sons their husbands. They don't have a husband, so they make their son their everything. They still fix his plate
It's
of
not
food.
just the mothers.
Yeah.
It's not just the mothers. It's
What's
the
your intake?
grandmothers too. It's the grandmothers. Look,
True.
my life is a whole. I have a whole lot of stuff going on in my life that I see, and I had to sit up there and constantly tell my mom, because my nephew is 20 and he have a car and stuff like that, and she was trying to punish him from his car because he wouldn't get the oil change.
Mm.
No, ma'am. You cannot. For one, he's 20. He's a man. For
Yep.
two, he shouldn't be living with you. He have a child on the way. He shouldn't be living with you. You shouldn't be trying to punish him because his oil is not changed in his car. I said, what you do is, if he don't want to change it and the engine light is on, then let his engine lock up on him.
Mm-hmm.
You got to let him learn. He's a man. You got to let him go and let him learn. If your rules in your house is don't come in my house after 2 a.m. and don't have no females in my house, that's you don't have to say anything else to him. Nothing. He break your rules, you put him out. But you can't call him at 1:50 asking him, "Oh, where are you?" No, ma'am. He's a grown man. At 2
Mm-hmm.
a.m., you lock your door and he
Mm-hmm.
can't come in. Come back tomorrow. I guess I'm closed. But
Mm-hmm.
she sit up there and argue me down. But he might have to sleep in his car. That's his problem.
She done got so used to enabling him for so long, it done become natural. Hold that thought, Danini. One, give a big ups to Just My 4 Cents. Thank you for the $10 donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Just My 4 Cents has a question for us, Danini. He says, "My daughter is now pregnant by a bum. We are trying to convince her to abort. Are we wrong? The father is a weed smoking bum who is just trying to lock her down. Your thoughts? What you think about this, Danini, with the situation with Just My 4 Cents?"
I can tell you for one, the more you try to convince her to abort her baby and dump him, the more she's going to rebel. You
Mm-hmm.
can't convince her for one to kill a child. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing you can do is show her how difficult it would be to raise the child on her own. For one thing, you gotta let her go. That's the same thing with my nephew. You have to let them go. If they want to act like an adult, be an adult. Understand, okay, she's 19. She is an adult.
19.
By law, she's
Okay.
an adult. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to as a parent, you can help her, but at the same time, these lessons she have to learn on her own. She absolutely have to. So that means she's pregnant now, you have to continue to work. You have to work. If you were in school, you got to cut that out because this baby gonna need diapers and wipes. You can start buying it now and just stockpiling it. But
Mm-hmm.
you have to let her know that this what have to be done, and
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna be there to do it for her. With 19-year-olds, I wouldn't throw a baby shower. I wouldn't do anything.
I sure would, and I was
You
going to
have
recommend
friends,
that.
let your
Mm-hmm.
friends do it. As a parent, you shouldn't have to do that. You should just attend. If she have one, you can attend and buy her a gift if you want to. But I wouldn't throw it for her. I wouldn't make it a celebration for
Mm-hmm.
her coming from me. I just make
Mm-hmm.
sure she understand what have to be done and give her a timeline if she live with you. Well, once the baby is born, I'm gonna allow you to stay here till you get on your feet. Just like a job. You have 6 weeks and then you have to go back to work if you have bills to pay. So you have that 6 weeks to get on your feet, then go back to work, and then you have 3 months from there to find your own place and get out my house. Because at this point, you're an adult with a child.
19.
You
I
have to.
totally agree. That you definitely brought up some points. Now, I would say this: abortion is a very sticky subject. It kind of goes hand in hand with politics and with religion.
Mhm.
When it comes to abortion, that's a very, very, very touchy feeling. However, in some cases, I respect those who do it, and I also respect those who choose not to do it. In this case, while I would honestly, if it was me, I'm gonna be honest. If it was me and it was my daughter, I would try to talk her into not having it. And I'm gonna tell you why. But like Danini said, you can't convince, you can't make. But the reason I would be for it, and this is just my opinion. I'm not, you know, like I said, I know a lot of people are headstrong about that abortion, and I respect that. I'm not saying I got nothing against people who got something against abortion. I got nothing against people who are dead set against it. Like I said, your body is your body. I would never tell a woman what to do with her body, but I do know women, young women who have brought children here and who are suffering. And to me, that's bringing another life into this world to suffer. If there's two ignorant individuals who neither one of them know nothing, here's a whole nother innocent life that's getting ready to be brought into a chaotic situation. This young man is already smoking weed, already showing qualities of not going to be a good father. So already this baby is doomed from the womb. It didn't even get here yet. And already just the situation that's panning out is not a good one. Evidently, the mother's 19. She's grown, but she's young. And my thing is, I'm wondering, how come no one has spoke with her and got her on some type of birth control before this even happened? Because even when I seen my daughter, you know, not making the best of decisions or whatever, as a mom, I took it upon myself and made sure she got on something. Because as women, it is up to us as mothers, when you see you got a daughter that's out here loose, that's, you know, being hard-headed, being rebellious, that is, as moms, you sometimes as a parent, you got to be proactive, meaning you stop stuff before it even happens. You never wait for it to get to this point, because it's a lot of hard decisions that got to be made. You got to decide if you're going to keep the baby. You got to decide if you're going to abort the baby. It's very sticky once it has already been happened. The bad part with this is she's going to be on her own, because this already, based on what you're telling me, I don't think this young man is going to take it serious. I don't think he's really going to be very supportive. And I think she's going to be way in over her head. Now, the thing is, she's pregnant. Okay? Can't take back the hands of time. It's done. What I would do is I would get her prepared for what she's getting ready to get into, though. I would take her to the welfare office, let her experience what it's like getting chewed out by caseworkers who talk to you nasty, say all kind of stuff out their mouth. I would take her to certain places, like where to these baby shops, so she can see how expensive all of this stuff is going to be. Good night, Junk Pile Video. Appreciate you for coming in. I will make her be prepared for the reality that she's getting ready to face. That way she can have something to compare. You can have this baby, but look at what you're going to go through. The father's already not cooperating with you. You may have to get with welfare, food stamps. Let her see what the child support procedure is. If this dude does not decide to help you, look at all of what you're going to have to go through if you file child support. You're going to have to pay an application fee. You're going to have to fill out paperwork this big. She needs to really have a clear understanding of what is getting ready to happen to her. In my opinion, no baby shower should be thrown at all, because it's going to give her the wrong idea. It's going to make her think that people are helping her to celebrate the struggle. If anything, she needs to be getting prepared to get a job. She needs to see and realize that she's getting ready to become a mother. So her whole life is going to change. This is not a joke. This is nothing to play with. This is nothing. This is not a doll that's coming here. This is a human being. I see, wait a minute. He also put, she had the patch, but she moved with her boyfriend's uncle when she finished high school. She lied to her mother about getting a new patch. Okay, so this is a whole other story. Basically, she wanted to get pregnant. At this point, it's unfortunate, because I understand what just my 4 cents is saying, Danini. What fears him the most is going to fall on him. So looks like they did everything they could do to try to prevent this from happening. For one, I wouldn't have got her on a patch, because the patch is removable. I would have got her in something she wouldn't have been able to remove like that. I would have got her the implant out of IUD. But like I said, shoulda, coulda, woulda. She's about to have this baby. So my thing is, because I know their concern is they're worried about when this baby gets here. They already know it's going to land on them. And that's the bad part about being a parent, Danini. When your kids mess up, unfortunately, as parents, we pay the price. That's why it's very imperative that you don't have a bunch of kids or you don't have a child unless you're really ready. Because when these jokers go out and mess up or they do something stupid, as a parent, you got to feel the phone. What other additional information you think you can add to this situation, Danini? And she no longer works either. Oh my goodness. She doesn't work either. All we
But
ask of her is that. Wow.
see, okay, just my 4 cents. I'm not being mean, but you saying all we ask of her is she go to college full time. My boys are 17 and 16. They work Monday through Friday. My 17-year-old driver's ed is $400 and they have to take it before they even get their license. The first thing when they got out of school, I told him, I'm not paying for it. You're going to pay for it. You're going to go to work and you're going to save the money. And that's just what he did. I'm not, there is no such thing as you don't have to do this. Concentrate on school. These are boys. You're going to work. You're going to know what it's like to work, take care of everything that you need to take care of. Your family. If you work at a job and you have to go to school to get a promotion, you're going to know what it's like to work and go to school. There's no such thing as go to school and that's it, because you still have tuition that have to be paid. You can help me pay your tuition. You have books that need to be bought. You still need clothes. You still need pencils and everything else. I'm not going to do all that for you. You're going to help me. And I already told him, I don't mind helping you if you fall short. That's what I'm here for as your parent. And when you fall short, that's what I'm here for. But I'm not going to help you if you're not willing to help yourself. I'm not going to baby you. I help you when you need it. And that's it. I understand if you're a college student and you have your own apartment and during the summertime, the light bill do balloon. As a parent, I step in and help because I understand you still have classes to go to and you can't take on that overtime because of, what happened in the world. I understand that. I'm going to help you. I'm going to pay it for you. But just because you want to go party with your friends and, you don't want to work because they wanted me to work on Saturday, but that's when I'm out of school and I won't go. No, I'm not going to help you for that. If I see you doing your absolute best and you can't get it because you're doing, classes and working, then I do that. Other than that, no. And that's probably what you have to tell her.
Yeah, I see he says here, she worked for, I guess he said some place in laying on Pennsylvania from age 16, but once she met this dude, he been acting up ever since. It seems like to me, this was what's going on. What's going on is, and it happens because I got a daughter, so I can relate. She got a hold of a bad dude, basically, that has really brought out the worst in her. And it happens. That's the thing about having a daughter these days. They connect with these clowns and, they want to be in love so bad. And then, these young girls, they think they know everything. They think they're so smart, right. So right now, the challenges that you're going through is very normal because I have gone through them. But what it just sounds like to me, Dad, because sounds like to me, you're the father of her. Sounds like to me you're going to have to do what's called, like Danini was practically saying, some tough love.
Yes.
So this baby's coming. That looks like the looks of it, okay? Because I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, she's thinking that this baby is going to change him. I'm quite sure that's why she's willing to go along with this, because she's thinking it's going to make him, it's this fantasy. A lot of young girls, well, hell, you got some grown women who got this fantasy of having a family. Okay, they want the picket fence, they want the house, they want the dog, they want the cat, they want the husband. It's this fantasy. She's in denial with her reality because she's looking at the fantasy. So what's going to have to happen is what you have to start doing is getting ready to lay down the law. Since this is what you chose, and you're going against what we telling you, because my thing is, mom, dad, you said earlier that you don't want it to fall on us. And that's the thing. It's your job to make sure that it never falls on you. In other words, this is her problem. Because you're not going to go against what I told you, but then you need my help when you mess up. It don't go both ways. Okay. And trust and believe is going to be hard, because when that baby comes here, your heart is going to gravitate towards that child. You're going to see this innocent human being in a blanket. What's up, JP New Orleans? Appreciate it. You're going to see this innocent human being that has your blood. You're going to see this baby's face, and it's going to bring out a side in you that's going to make you have compassion for the baby. But just realize the moment you let your heart melt and you get into helping out and doing everything with this baby, you're going to create a monster, because she's already not following what you told her from what you're telling me. So what the bad part is, and I'm sure Danini will agree with this, the bad problem about these young people when they have babies, it makes them think they just as grown as you. For some reason, it gives them this attitude that once they have a child, they feel like they're on the same level with you. So my thing is, the way you started off, that is the way it's going to have to continue to be. I will let her know that since you're going against what we want, because we really don't think you need to have this child, because based on this young man is not cooperating with you, he's smoking weed, he's not good father material, you're going to put me and your mom in a bind where we're going to have to come out of our pockets, we're going to have to keep the baby, our lives are going to be suffocating because of you. Being that you are going to make a choice that you are not, that you are choosing, you're not going along with the choice that we're telling you would be better for you. You're choosing what you want for you. Realize from here on out, this is your burden. Because when I say, I've seen plenty of parents do it. You can have a grandchild and beat up for that grandchild, but without being at the same time. In other words, beat up for her, but don't make her baby your problem. That is her problem. Meaning the grandparent in you, yeah, she may fall short on diapers. You might have to pick up a pack of diapers. It's going to fall on you somewhere. I would be lying if I told you you ain't going to have to do nothing, because that'd be a lie. You are going to be having to step in. It's going to happen because she's not financially together. This young man is not cooperating with her. Who's to say his family may not be that cooperative? So either way it goes, it lands in your lap. And that's the bad part about being a parent. Ain't that right, Danini? When these kids mess up, it falls in our lap. And it doesn't mean just when they have babies. It's been times when my daughter made some decisions, it fell in me and her father's lap. You know, that's all a part of being a parent. That's the worst part about being a parent, is when your children mess up, somehow you're going to have to intervene. But that don't mean make the baby your responsibility. When one of my sisters, when she got pregnant, and you know, on my dad's side of the family, she got pregnant, going against everything that she was taught, got pregnant. When that baby got here, she saw how hard it was, and she tried to leave that baby on my dad and his wife every chance she got. You know what they did? They didn't play with her. Every move she made, she had to take that baby with her. Well, I just want to go up the street, take the baby with you. Well, I just want to go to the grocery store, take the baby with you. Well, I want to go out with my friends tonight. We're not keeping it. The thing is, you can't avoid not being up for your grandchild, but what you don't want to do, don't get in the habit of helping her to do everything, because all of it is going to be in your lap. Now, some of it is going to be in your lap now, because she doesn't have it all together. So you're going to have to help from here to there. It's the grandparent thing that's going to motivate you to want to help. But again, don't make her baby your responsibility. You're done with raising children. That's your grandchild, not your child. Don't get her in the habit of her getting used to you and your wife doing everything. He stated, I can't let my grandchild struggle. And that's probably what her boyfriend is banking on. I agree. She's from Levittown, Pennsylvania, and he's from Trenton, New Jersey. Like day and night, I'm pissed, but thanks for the feedback. My heart goes out to you. Because
Yeah.
as a parent, you want the best for your kids. And me and Danini, we understand that because we're parents. Nobody wants to see their son or their daughter put themselves in a situation that's going to make their life miserable. But let's face it, these kids are going to make choices that we are not going to like. My daughter doesn't have any babies, but she has done stuff I did not want her to do. And guess what? I got to live with it. I've
Mm-hmm.
had to live with it because you would get a stroke worrying about these children. You will get a stroke running after them, chasing after them, trying to talk to them. As a parent, I may say something once or twice. After that, I just got to leave it on God. These
Exactly.
days and age, only thing we can do as parents is pray for these kids because these kids, they're not going to always listen to you. They're not. You can be a good mom, a good dad, and these kids will still turn around and disappoint you. And they will go out there and do something. And in the back of your mind, it's like, is that the child I raised? I didn't raise her to be like that. I didn't raise her to be like that. But what happens is, as they become young men and young women, they start using their own mind. They're
Yep.
not going to always do what you tell them to do. And think about it. Guess what? We was teenagers. We didn't always do everything our parents told us to do too now.
Mm-hmm.
We did not always, a lot of things my parents told me, and I did the opposite. So you got to give them room to make mistakes. You made mistakes. You didn't always do what your mom and your dad did. You may not have
Yep.
did what she did, but at the same time, she's 19, so she's still learning herself. She's grown, but she's not that kind of grown, meaning that she doesn't have all the womanly abilities to know what to do and what not to do. So the thing is, grandbaby's coming. I know you didn't want that. I know you had bigger hopes and bigger dreams, but the thing is, be there for her, but do not make her a responsibility. Don't make yourself obligated to it. That's really all you can do. That's really all you can do because these young people, they hard-headed. They're hard-headed. Like look at all these them young boys who beat the mess out of that young man in New Jersey. I'm sure their parents didn't expect their sons to go out there and do something so horrific and damaging. But guess what? It has happened. Children are going to disappoint you because they're not perfect. They're still going through that learning phase. So just basically be there, but don't make it your problem. Don't
Yep.
start off helping her too much. You do it too much, you get to keeping baby every weekend. You buying the baby everything, and I'm quite sure, like you stated, I'm sure that young man is looking for y'all to do it all, and that's usually what happens. These young baby daddies, they will not step up to the plate. But then again, you can't blame him though, because he's young and he's ignorant. He's not man enough to know what it takes to be a father. And that's the problem with these young girls. When they have these babies by these young boys, them young boys, they can't be fathers like that because a lot of them, they're not even full-grown men themselves.
See, back in the day, they had those things called shotgun wedding. You get my daughter pregnant, you're marrying her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe at this point, you have to put your foot down to him. If you want my help, y'all need to do the right thing and get married, get his baby your name. If not, don't call me and ask me for anything. Like, I understand that's your grandchild, but I mean, you got to put them pants on too and put your foot down. It's going to hurt you,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to help them in the long run.
Yeah, I agree with that, Danini. The main thing is they got to just put some rules down because he may be one of them knucklehead. He may be one of them little thug clown boys. 9 times out of 10, he ain't gonna marry her. You know what I'm saying? From what he's describing, sounds like he's one of those knucklehead dudes. And that's the thing. These young boys, they don't marry. They don't believe in doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? So what I would just do, I would lay down the rules to her. This is your baby. You gonna take care of it. You gonna keep a job. Whether he support you or not, this is your responsibility. I would just make sure she knows way before the baby get here. You have to get a job. You have to do this. You have to do that. That's on her. And I guarantee you, if you make her feel the wrath of it, she won't keep having children. 9 times out of 10, they keep having babies when other people keep helping them. The freelance says, "Oh, what's up, Dangerous Television? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you." Freelance, the baby daddy needs his ass kicked from Hong Kong to Harley's. and that's just it. But Danini, I've seen a lot of these parents, their daughters get pregnant and they get pregnant from these knuckleheads. A lot of them, they can't do nothing with them knuckleheads. These young dudes these days are disrespectful. You know, they don't have no respect. They don't know how to talk to their elders. You know, these young guys, these young knuckleheads today, they're not going to be able to do much of anything with them. I've seen it 1,000 times. I've seen women who got mad with their daughter's baby daddy and going and cussing a little boy out and going off on them. And it's going in one ear and out the other, because the truth of the matter is these young men, a lot of them are not ready to be fathers. They're not. They just know how to use their pee-pee. They don't know nothing about being no daddy. That's a whole nother horse. Just because these young boys could screw, that don't mean they know anything about being a father. Anybody could use that penis. But when it comes down to taking care of a child, that's a whole totally different thing. So don't even hate this young man, really, because he's just doing what boys do. You know, that's what they do. They try to hit and quit everything, you know, and only thing she can do is, I would recommend her to file child support on him. So if he's not helping her physically, at least she's getting some type of financial. But again, it's going to be on her, because some of these young girls are so hard-headed and they be so digmatized. They believe anything these boys tell them. Yeah, baby, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to help you. I'm not going to let you suffer by yourself. I'm going to be there for my child. I'm going to help you with my child. And as soon as that child get here, they do one or two things and that's about it. But, you know, definitely my heart goes out to you, just my 4 cents. And believe me, you are not alone. It's a lot of parents out here who have gone through it. You are not by yourself, and you're not the first, and you're not going to be the last. But like Danini said, you're going to have to put some rules down, do it way before the baby gets here. But on that note, it has definitely been wonderful. Me and Danini been chatting for what 8, 9, 10, 11, a long time or whatever. But and the only reason we've been talking so long is because of freelance. Freelance been talking so much trash all night throughout this freaking chat room. I had to keep pausing and putting him in his place because Mr. Freelance wants to throw shade. So everybody, if the chat has been too long, it is because of Freelance fault. Me and Danini had to put him in his place.
Throwing him under the bus.
Yes, with his extra self. He played too much. You always got to throw shade. Yeah, but on that, you know, we got love for you, Freelance. He's the class clown. That's what I call him. You know, every class has got one class clown that always got to act up. That's Freelance. He's the class clown. But on that note, I know we're going to get ready to wrap things up because we've been doing this chat for quite some time tonight, but I really enjoyed it. I had a blast. We talked about a lot of interesting topics tonight, but before I shut it down, I would like for Danini to tell you more about herself, to tell you more about her channel. Go ahead and testify, Danini. Give them a testimony about your channel.
My channel? Yes. I've been good on here, y'all, because I'm a little worse than Freelance.
I seen you. You was very rated P. You was rated G tonight compared to what I have seen. So yes.
Yes, I've been good tonight. I'm not gonna do lives on my Danini channel until August because I was flagged for bullying.
Oh goodness, you still in detention, okay?
Yes. So I will be back on Danini in August, but I do lives on. It's my so-called troll channel, Team Captain. So I do lives on Team Captain. And when I
Mm-hmm.
do them on Team Captain, I usually announce it on Danini and give you the link to go to it. So I'm open and
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of raw.
Oh, you're real raw, huh? No condom, no Vaseline, just straight raw. You Trojan free, huh? You that kind of
Yes,
raw.
yes. But
Yeah.
I talk about any and everything. I don't really care. So however I
Uh,
feel, that's what I talk about.
Pretty much what y'all see tonight, what y'all see tonight with Danini, this is her, but added to the fourth power. Added to the, this is the rated, this is just a preview.
Yeah.
You haven't seen her whole movie. Okay, so she was very well behaved tonight,
Yes, I
but
have my halo on tonight.
yeah, she was being very church lady tonight. She was acting
Yes.
like a church. She was being very church lady tonight, honey. Cause the real Danini, y'all will find out. Visit her channel, and you'll see. So give her a holler come August when she does her live, and I'll be over there cutting up some O2 on her channel. So
Yes.
y'all should know me by now. I will say anything that comes out my mouth. I have like no limitations. You know, anybody who's been following my channel just knows how I operate. I believe in having a good time. I believe in talking about real adult discussions.
Yes.
My channel is non-biased. I will ride the men and I will ride the women. This is not a sexist channel. This is not a feminine channel. It's all about just real issues, real adult discussions, real adult situations, because believe it or not, no matter what you're going through, there's always somebody else out there who's going through the same thing or worse. And that is the reason I do my channel, because I get it. All of us got trials and tribulations. We got things that we deal with. Some things we're too embarrassed about. You can't confide in your friends. You can't confide in family. People like to tell things you share with them and make it for bad, or they use it against you, or they throw it back up in your face later. Here at our channel, that's not how I operate. Whatever you share here, it's all about trying to help you, uplift you, encourage you, and give you just a different spin and give you a different way of looking at things. Because it's never the situation, it's how you look at it. That's the whole bottom line. You get what I mean? So on that note, it has definitely been pleasant for all of y'all who are just tuning in. I'm sorry, but church is over. The pastor has left the building, okay? But y'all can still put some money in that collection plate though, okay? The pastor's still gonna take up collection. So please keep passing that collection plate around. Keep the blessings flowing. On that note, don't forget to check out Danini again. Check out her channel. And did you give them the name of your channel, Danini?
Oh, it's Danini.
Oh, it's called Danini. Okay, all right, straight and to the point. All right. So for everybody who's just tuning in, I apologize, but the show is over. I'm getting ready to go to sleep and blast up the air and have one foot sticking out under the blanket, because I'm ready to get my rest on. And Danini, don't be sneaking under them jello shots in, because I know you got to go
Man,
to
I'm about
church in
to
the
go
morning.
tag them right now.
Well, on that note, Danini, I really appreciate you for coming on my channel. Just taking the time to come out here and rock out with me, have a good time. You know, that's what I like. I like women who I can keep it real with, real conversation. You know, like I said, with sisters, it's all about building each other. It's not about competition. It's not about, you know, I'm trying to put you on or make myself big and vice versa. It's just about, you know, just real women having real conversation for people out there who really want real genuine advice and real genuine encouragement. So I appreciate you on that. Wish I can give you something, but right now I'm a broke college student. And my financial aid did not come on time this month. You get what I'm saying? So
Yes.
only thing I can give you is my blessing and my appreciation. So I thank you so much. And please keep in touch with me. We got to do this again sometime soon or whatever. You've been such a wonderful guest. If you was here, I would have made you some buffalo wings with some ranch sauce and,
Oh,
you
that
know,
sounds so
a
good.
glass of wine. Oh, yes, honey. I mean, I would have hooked you up with the works. You feel me? So again, I thank you so much. You're a real cool, down to earth chick. I love your personality. You know, you somebody I can see hanging out with because you know every female got that one friend. You that one type. You the type of female I could take somewhere with me. You know, you're not that type of friend that you know that I can only bring to the club, only bring to the hood. You know, everybody got that one particular friend you could bring to only certain places. But you're a cool chick. I love your personality. You know, I love rocking out with you. So it's been wonderful. So on that note, I want to thank all of my subscribers for who's been rocking out with me tonight. We appreciate y'all support. Don't forget to stop by and holler at Danini. You know, drop off some donations too so she could get some more jello shots. So on that note, so you know, so hook your girl up. I'm trying to figure out who's the troll freelance.
This handle Mark. Already he asked who let the gorillas out the cage tonight. And I told him your mama.
Okay. No problem. Well, I get that block all as well. It's no problem. Thank y'all for looking out for me. I appreciate that. So on that note, I am off like a prom dress. Okay. Thank y'all for tuning out with me, Lady Mocha, and your girl Danini here at Mocha's Cafe Dave Perry's Lounge. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth and I'm going to always break you off a slice of knowledge. Peace. Bye, y'all.